Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and the rest of you, welcome. My name's Kevin, and this is my one shot. If you watch this channel with any sort of regularity at all, probably recognize the miscreants and malfeasance creators below me and the trapped in their individual boxes. I know, I'm just going to go right to that. Just going to start right with that. Directly below me, the man that usually occupies this box. I hope you like what I've done with the place. Puck.
Yeah, one shot, asshole.
I'll clear all my stuff up before I leave tonight. Don't worry. It'll look just
all
like
right.
you left it.
Come for the king. You better come hard. You better come ready.
Next in line, we've got Mr. Perfect. You're used to seeing him play Redan on Sunday nights. I'm going to see something completely different out of him tonight. Next in line, normally Monday nights, Richard the Wooden. Tonight, we're going to see something different out of him as well. And way, way over on the very far end, we have our producer, director, sound man, and all-round production team, Kashano. Having said all that, thanks for coming out. These guys, just to let you know a couple quick things before we start, they do not know what each other's characters are. So we're starting tonight. They're as blind as you are. Another thing, about 7 or 8 minutes ago, I gave them each a secret mission. If they accomplish that secret mission during tonight's one shot, they will receive many thousands of bonus points.
And gold in our next game with Puck as leader, right?
No.
I had absolutely nothing to do with that claim.
So these aren't your characters. These are like dream avatars you can carry shit back with.
And on that happy thought, let's go down the rabbit hole and see what the hell happens.
Oh boy.
It's Monday. Your rent is due, and you don't have it. It's too late to get a real job. They'd make you wait 2 weeks to get paid. And there's only one place in this town that pays cash daily. It's called Problem Solved. And it is known as a place where you go to get slightly illegal and moderately unsavory things done. It sucks, but if nothing else, you're going to get a free breakfast out of it. So variously on your own, you drift into Problem Solved, into the breakfast room, and sit down and enjoy your meager but at least filling breakfast. There is the inevitable fight over the last bun in the tray, but you sit through it waiting because you know that the best jobs, the best paying jobs, get announced first. But it still comes as a bit of a... Oh, shit. Am I breaking up?
No, you're good. No, you're still here.
You should see it from this end. It's terrible. There I am. I'm back. Okay. Oh, don't do this. There's a big fight over the last bun. They announced the best jobs.
Now you're frozen.
And now he's down.
And now he's down. And we've lost the DM. When I made a panic, we've lost the DM.
That's all right. This game's already sounding a little too much like real life.
Right.
I stabbed someone for the last bun.
Who do you stab?
I wait patiently for the next job. And I also roll my divination rolls.
Let's make sure he knows that we lost it.
I'm thinking he knows because he can't hear us either.
He's not on Discord. So hey, while we're sorting this out, for all y'all who don't know what's happening, yeah, when we reach 200 followers, we are going to be doing a giveaway on this channel. We're going to be giving away a game key.
Yes, for Assassin's Creed Origins.
Your very own copy of Assassin's Creed Origins. That will be fun. And then after those, we're going to keep them going, Yeah, technology. Tell me about it, Victor. It's I think G's internet's got a little overwhelmed.
A little hiccup.
With all the stuff. I don't think he's not on Discord either. Wait, so
he got completely restarted.
Who made character art for your character?
art.
Or found some.
You've seen my base drawings, right?
Yeah. I like took something and brought it into Illustrator and traced over.
Oh, I see.
I actually kind of did some character art. I found something on Pinterest and drew it.
There you go.
Do you have it? Can you share it with the class?
If you give me like 2 minutes and
Wait, we gotta wait till we're introduced, anyways.
Well, yeah, we can't know too much about each other yet.
Right. That was the whole thing. Is he? I don't.
Well, look, I'm sure he's just resetting his computer.
Because he's still in the
Yeah, he's like still technically
attached to the call. As if it started. All right. So I'm going to punch whoever's got their hand in the last piece of bread.
You're gonna punch the last person who has the last piece of
Whoever
bread.
wants to fight.
All right.
That's not what I'm going to do at all.
Why not?
Because it's not the character I'm playing.
That's not in character.
That's
That's
not the character I'm playing.
you are.
I don't want to give anything away. This whole thing. So I don't want to do anything.
Look, we are untouched mannequins, just sitting there in like when you're loading.
Oh, I'm the DM.
All right, now with the last one. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back to the Starry Seas screen. Just people got something to look at here.
Okay.
And we'll be back in a moment. Stay with us, guys. We'll be right back.
Stay with it.
All right, and we're back.
Oh,
And I'm your DM.
horrible technical difficulties.
All
Did
right.
I just do it again? Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, we're back. Holy cow. Sorry about that, guys. Horrible technical failures on my end. This is what happens when you try and run something using a potato instead of a computer.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we were where we were. You guys were just being announced into called into the hallway. A young man steps into the office or into the lunchroom and says to you, will the following people please come to the hallway when called? Kalton Ballbacks. And as you stand up, what do they see?
You see a just kind of dressed up a little bit, almost like a performer. He's wearing a robe with a bunch of patches on it. And he gets up and very excitedly runs to it. He's a halfling, and he appears to be a wizard. And he's got his slicked back hair. And he runs off to the office.
What would you say about his build?
I would say he is of a medium build. He's not overly bulky, but he's not super slim either. And he is a stout halfling.
All right.
So
excellent.
he's short and stout.
So you make your way across and into the hallway, and the young fellow looks at you and says, just wait right here inside the door, sir. I'll escort you shortly.
Oh, absolutely. I imagine you'll be bringing out my co-stars.
Yes, indeed. Speaking of which, Slate! Which one's Slate?
Oops.
I stand up.
Those are in the wrong places. Hold on, I'm getting it. Okay, keep going.
So what do we see when Slate stands up?
When Slate stands up, you see a tall black cat that is in human form, wearing very little clothing, but just enough to not be indecent, in a nice silk kind of robe, so it doesn't rub against his many nipples.
Any visible weapons or armor?
He wears no weapons or armor.
I'm sorry, I just got to cut in and say that is the most Richard thing I've ever heard.
Does not rub against my many nipples.
Many nipples.
Okay, I'm good.
Potentially, speaking of many nipples, next in line after after Slate is ushered through the door, Rolda? Is
Yes!
it Rolda?
Ready?
And what bursts forth at that name?
Down from probably a stool or a bench or whatever, a small, it almost looks like a small hunched over old lady wrapped in an orange cloak, and you can see like long black hair kind of going on, but their hands and feet are wrapped up in bandages to hide the fact that they are very obviously a kobold. Like they got a kobold face, but going through the effort. Okay.
Excellent. So you are also walked through the door, and finally, Bake, Buckeye, Bucky.
And so, Buckeye.
Okay, Bucky.
So you see this cloaked figure stand up nice and slow. It's a little too much of a hunch, sitting out the back of a cloak. Slowly starts taking his time walking over. He's a medium build as well. Sharp, angular face. Kind of looks like an elf from a shadow, but you can't really tell.
And as you walk through that door, the four of you start eyeing each other like, okay, this is interesting. Yeah, there's quite a spread, quite a difference in looks.
I can see everyone's already in costume.
Mm.
I'm here to help.
The slits in my eyes just kind of grow larger as I see everyone.
And the young fellow steps through the door and closes it and says, third door on the left, please. And he just points down the hall.
Ah, excellent. It's probably going to be the pre-read.
What race was Slate?
Tabaxi.
Okay.
Slate is a tabaxi.
And roughly how tall?
Right. I should have guessed it.
Oh, yeah. He's all of my characters are 6'6" because I'm 6'6". There's no variation there. All
All
my
right.
characters are 6'6".
I am 3'5".
And the kobold's not going to be a whole lot taller than that.
2.5.
Yeah, not even yet. So we got 2 talls and 2 shorts. It works.
Yeah, absolutely.
As you walk down the hall, the first door on your left reads Archer, the second one Baker, the third one Collier, and it's open slightly. And as you approach, you hear from inside a strong voice say, "They are my best team. If it's doable, they will do it." And just at this point, you arrive at the door, and the young man shoos you in.
All right, in we go.
So the man, who is obviously Collier, this is his office after all, sits behind the desk dressed as most of the members of the people that work here in a very dark and gray, unobtrusive, hard to see outfit, favored by the higher ranking members of this organization. He looks frankly like a thief ready to go to a formal dinner. He has rotating a silver medallion that hangs around his neck. On it are the letters P and S done in lightning bolts against a black background, and he's just spinning it in one hand. The other hand you see resting on the table is actually shaking slightly. He looks up at you and he says, "Oh, good, you are here. Excellent, we can begin." And he points sort of behind you to the overstuffed leather sofa, and sitting precisely in the center of the sofa and directly underneath the stuffed remnants of a purple and green beholder is a short, portly, balding, middle-aged blue tiefling in a black tuxedo. And he just nods ever so slightly at you, and Collier says, "This is Tusker Van Upton, and he has a mission for us to do. Mr. Upton, will you explain?" And the man stands, just a little wisp of hair behind his ears, almost looks like a mist. You've never seen a tiefling this old before. And he says, "Oh, yes, sirs, I am Tusker Van Upton. As he said, I am I don't mind saying, world-famous jeweler. And it has come recently to my office that I might value a certain blue stone. It was shocking, to say the least, when it arrived. It is the size of 2 clenched fists, if you can believe it. And it was brought to me to value. As you can imagine, a stone that size was not perfect. There are some certain flaws in it. And after several days of examining it, I discovered 4 of such flaws, and decided that the value of this was a mere 10,500 gold pieces. A trifle for such a stone. I've then placed it in my safe and used a sending stone to send a message to its owner, telling him it could be picked up on Thursday of this week, and I would have the paperwork solved by that, finished by that time. Much to my chagrin this morning," and he takes out a napkin and starts patting his forehead a little bit. He says, "I woke up to find the safe open, the stone gone, and my wife missing."
Plot twist.
He adjusts his clothes a little bit and says, it seems pertinent to mention at this time that I know exactly who took it and exactly where it will be from Wednesday evening until Saturday evening. I cannot say the same about my wife. A very powerful man in this town. You probably know him as Lord Feldspar. He is known as a great patrician of the arts. The museum is in fact his. A show happening there this Wednesday, opening this Wednesday, has had a recent addition. I'd seen a poster this morning advertising a large blue diamond as the centerpiece.
Such audacity.
The level of power that this man generates is such that I cannot simply call him on it. He would have me killed in a heartbeat. And so I am left with a two-pronged problem. One, I'd like you to steal back my stone from me. Two, I would very much like my wife back as well, if it's at all possible. He did leave me this note, and he pulls out of his pocket a piece of paper and lays it out in front of you on the table. And it says, if you know what's good for you and your wife, you'll shut up and wait. The moment I sell the stone and take it from its stand, Humeria will be freed, if she is fast enough to take advantage of the opportunity. And I am now putting that in all of your journals. Just that.
I love the plot of this.
Damn blue.
It's a heist story with a woman trapped in the arms of an evil man, and we must rescue her and set her free. This is brilliant. I'm 100% on board. What about you guys?
Save the lady.
Obake's been taking notes, and he's trying to read this fellow as best he can. Is he telling the truth?
You give me an insight check.
Should be coming up.
Yeah,
It's really wrapped.
it's difficult to read tieflings. There's not a lot of facial expression. You know, it's mostly just bone and skin. But from the sweat, lizards don't usually sweat, so he's obviously under some stress because there's some very distinct beads of sweat coming off of his face. From what you can tell, he's reading true. Because there is, of course, the matter of payment. I can't expect you to do this for nothing. I am rather poor cash-wise at the moment. I can offer only 15% of the total value of the diamond, plus the same for my wife. Total of 3,150 gold pieces.
Kalton says, oh, well. And he's clearly putting up a front. Well, that is union rate, of course. Everyone, right?
Minus the 20% that we take from problem solved. The remainder is yours, half now, half upon completion.
Meow.
I will assist you.
These guys are super dedicated to the
I'm
game.
going to walk over to the tiefling man and just pat him on the knee. It's like, it'll be okay. Casting some calm emotions on him.
You see the skin sort of relax on his face. I'm not even going to make him roll. And he looks,
Willing target.
looks kind of over you
okay.
at Collier and says, I say, so these are your best, are they? I do hope you know what you're doing. Any
Yes.
questions, let me know. I'd rather, if you understand my position, I'd rather not be seen coming out of a place such as this. If you don't mind, I'll leave, unless you've any questions.
Meow.
You keep saying that, sir.
I have a couple questions.
Mm-hmm.
The wife, what kind of person is she? Is she kind of a damsel in distress, or is she a fighting princess? Like, when we find her, and I don't want to give too much of it away, but what is she going to be like? Is she going to be banging against the doors? Or is she going to be like, please help me, please? I just want to know so I can adjust my character when I meet this person.
She is a youngish elven woman, somewhat younger than myself, he says with a certain amount of pride in his voice. She is competent. I would refer to her, if I had to say in one word, sir, aristocratic.
Excellent, excellent. I know Just from now on, everyone shall refer to me as Charlie's Incognito.
I will do no such thing. That's ludicrous.
Okay, Charlie, let's go.
Excellent.
That's the worst name I've ever heard. I mean,
Professionalism.
yeah.
I'm Rolda.
Ralda, it's a
Rolda.
pleasure to meet you. I admire your dedication to your character. Are those prostheses? Whoever does your makeup is incredible. All right. So, where's the next scene?
The gentleman in question nods, and the page leads him out and takes him out the back way so he doesn't get seen. There's a whistling from Collier, and another person runs in with 4 bags of gold and sets them on the counter. He says, "This is your down payment. It works out to 315 gold pieces each. Your expenses will come out from this. As the rest, you will receive when we return the diamond and the woman."
Kalton picks up his bag of gold, jiggles it in his hand a little bit, then tosses it to the ground. "I require no payment to serve proper justice and the grave injustice done to our friend, having his
I
beloved
pick up the bag of gold.
and gem stolen from his very home. This cannot stand."
During the soliloquy.
What was this? Was it too much, guys? Was it good?
That was real good.
I like her.
I put it back. What was in the bag?
315 in each bag.
Okay,
Tosses it to the ground.
So
Now
each
I
of you now has the money. You're still in the office. It occurs to you that, oddly, each of you owes 150 gold pieces in rent. So you can choose to pay that or not have a place to stay after the adventure is over.
Kalton 100%
Check that.
assumes that his real payday comes after this.
What's rent?
Time to pay. You have to pay somebody to live in that garbage can behind their house.
Is that like a tavern bill?
That's like the money that you pay to the ladies that chase you with brooms and pitchforks to leave you alone.
Okay.
So, it is my assumption that you will want to do some recon of the building. I can get you into the opening night ceremonies on Wednesday. We will have a invitation for you. It is formal attire, and you will be, of course, no weapons larger than a dagger, and no armor.
Hey,
Oh no! What terrible things, he says. I'm sorry, Slate says as he just kind of retracts and tracts his claws.
oh, so he's
Is my holy mace okay?
You will not be able to take that inside the museum. No. Nothing larger than a dagger.
hide it up between your legs.
It's like as tall as me.
Okay. That might be difficult, but it's fine. Okay, so we have the information. Now we got to move into the planning portion of this. I'm thinking a montage. What's the music budget like? Never mind. Montages are contrived. We're not going to do it. Instead, sir, I love the chief character. You're doing an incredible job. We're going to go do this now.
We're going now?
Yeah,
Very
let's
good.
go.
The opening evening is Wednesday night, and so you have 2 full days to do whatever you wish before that time.
I love it. I love every part of it. I can't wait to make this planning scene. Let's go do it. And I'm excitedly pushing on people's shoulders. Come on. It's going to be great, guys.
Are there any plans to the house?
It's not kept in the house. It will be in the museum as part of the display. You will have to steal it directly from the middle of the museum.
Are there any plans to the museum you can give to us?
That is why you are getting the invitation to the opening ceremonies, so that you can go in and do some on-site recon, as it were.
Are there any props?
There are no props. This is a serious adventure.
Sorry. I didn't mean to step out of character. No, we have everything we need right here. Come on, team. We're going to go case the joint. leave it all up to Charlize Incognito.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I agree with this one.
I'm gonna drop
Yes.
the meow thing. What are you guys on?
Okay. Let's do it.
I love the archetypes we have here. We have young, eager go-getter. We have the kind of everyman roundabout, and then we got our angry wild card. And I, of course, am the hero of the story.
Wait a
And
second. Which one am I?
You're the wild card.
What?
Are you not? Character growth is great. I love it. Okay, let's go to the planning session. Who wants to go to this museum?
Can we go now?
Let's go check it out.
Oh, I think that's a good idea.
We'll work out our blocking, get a good idea of the set, and then kind of plan everything out.
I like museums.
So you guys make your way to the general vicinity of the museum.
All right.
All you can see, we've just switched maps. The museum itself is pretty much in the center of the map. Right across the street from it is Lord Feldspar's house itself. It is a huge mansion, multiple stories tall, large fence, multiple guards at the gates. Around it, you can see where you're crossing right now. Everything to the west of this map, there's a river. So you've just come off of a bridge. So that this is Toskel's house, the person who has hired you, and you can see it's very close to the museum and very close to Feldspar's house. So the kidnapping and theft would have been nice and easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you're from this approximate region, the basic names and functions of these buildings. But certainly if you want to do any more research, you can poke around in them.
The museum is currently open then?
The museum currently is closed. There's a sign on the door that says show begins Wednesday evening.
Okay.
Apparently they're in the process of changing the displays.
Okay. Guys, this is a key component of any casing the joint scene. We got to disguise ourselves and gain entry first. So I've got an idea. I will be the town fire inspector. My name is Ronald Fire Inspector. We'll work it out. We'll do it in post.
I thought your name was Charlie.
No, it changes. And now I'm Ronald. I'll be Charlie again later. I'm going to inspect the interior for potential threats, and then that will give us a good idea of the inside layout. What do we think, team?
Is it going to start on fire today or Wednesday?
Well, that could be a good scene. Maybe Wednesday.
I can make water and put out fire.
And that's what makes you a good inspector.
Yes.
Gruff guy, every man?
I don't need to disguise myself. I will be okay.
Okay,
Disguise is chafe.
very well. I will go in with our excitable young friend and case the inside. Could you guys take a look on the outside of the building and see if there's any place for, maybe there's like a dome window and we could rappel down probably while it's raining. That would be really cool. See if you can find something like that.
I think Rolda would be a better choice for that.
Okay.
Okay, I will go in.
I
On
will
my
also
own.
go in.
You will go in with me?
Indeed.
Excellent. I'm excited to have you along with me. What is your disguise name?
I don't have one. I don't need one.
Okay, well, I think we're going to do a good scene together. Either way, let's roll it out.
Okay, so who is going up to the museum doors?
I am going up to the museum doors.
Before we approach the museum doors, Obake snaps his fingers, goes invisible.
I am
Ho-ho.
walking around the building. You see, around
the building. All right.
I was
I'm
just double checking
walking
what I have in this.
One invisible. Okay. So yeah, you should be able to move your own tokens there.
All right. So are there any people at the door as I approach?
There are not. The door is closed and there's a large sign on it. You can hear the sounds inside of somebody dragging heavy objects.
I hammer on the door.
As he's hammering on the door, Obake is just going to whisper in his ear, "Get them to open the door large enough for me to sneak in."
All right. But be careful. We don't want to waste all the special effects budget. I got some big stuff planned at the climax.
And you hear as a lock is undone from the other side. The door opens about 6 inches and just half a face sticks out. Wednesday.
Yes, I understand completely, sir. However, I am from the Regional Inspection Authority, and I have been charged with ensuring that this building is completely structurally sound.
Right.
If you'll let me in for a moment, I will be able to do a quick roundabout, and I'll be out of your hair, and you can continue about your work, pretend I'm not even here.
Just a second. And he closes the door. About 10 or 15 seconds later, he opens the door and he hands out a little bag to you.
Okay.
You
What's the
put
bag?
it into your hand. It's chink, chink, it's coins. That's what we always give the inspector. Bye. And he starts to close the door.
I grab the door and I slam the door. Sir! You think me some kind of charlatan, some corrupt, slimy individual to accept a bribe. This is why the old inspector is gone, and there's a new sheriff in town today.
I thought you said you work for the city. That's what we do for all the people that work for the city.
Yes,
So give it
but
back then.
there is a new turnaround, new government. They're cleaning up the swamp. You didn't hear about this. Deception check.
Yep, go ahead.
and for this deception check, I am going to blow my divination and roll my 20.
Okay.
Oh god.
Because I really want to.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I blow my divination 20 and I roll a natural 20 on my deception check.
Okay.
Blow your load right away.
And he's so sorry, sir. Well, give me back the money. We wouldn't want you to have seen to accept the bribe.
Absolutely, sir.
And he takes it back and he turns around and he says, "Put everything away." Hang on a second, sir. Hang on a second. Yeah, okay. And he lets you in.
Thank you, sir. Everything is above board I can see here. And I walk inside.
You walk inside, and Obake, are you going to attempt to sneak in?
Absolutely follows behind.
Okay, go right ahead and give me a stealth check.
All right, I have advantage on these,
Of course you do.
and he needs it. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Roll a better number. You motherfucker.
That is not a better number. That is absolutely
I'm
not a
going
better
to have to disavow you now.
So, Puck, you
Banging
find
into the
yourself-
door frames as he comes inside.
Puck, you should find yourself now inside the museum.
Okay.
Nobody else can see this.
Okay. Haha.
And so just ignore the other 3 markers that are there.
Okay.
You're just inside the lobby. What you see around you is a couple of workers hauling these life-size bronze statues of various races and sexes, and they're positioning them around in this lobby area to look like they're talking to each other or to look like they're part of the display, but they're also designed to be a little disturbing. You can see a location by the doors right now. These H's are not here, but you can see a small plinth on each side of the door that shows you where a guard would stand.
Okay.
Although there are no guards here right now.
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
there are 3 or 4 workers moving these around. Plus, there's a large purple curtain off in the across the lobby from where you are.
Okay, I address the workers directly and I say, I apologize. I'll be sure not to trouble any of your exhibits. I'm going to do a quick perimeter check and I will be on my way. And I just move about the perimeter of the building. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for any points that look like it's a locked window or whatever's happening. And if I can, I am going to try to very carefully cast Detect Magic.
Okay. Yeah, so you wander around this part.
Wait, not detect magic. I don't have that. Never mind.
Okay. Something else.
I don't have that at all. I'm not going to cast that.
Would I have made it? Would I have made it all the way around the building by this point?
Yeah, I'll get back out to you in just a couple seconds.
I just
Yeah,
don't know
exactly.
first. All right.
I'll just
I'm
use
going
my
to
eyes.
run you through a description of those buildings as you go.
Okay, great.
Kalton, what you discover is that this room there are 2 windows in this north wall. One large window here, one just to the south of the main doors, and then 2 on the south end of this protrusion.
Okay.
Right now, one of the workers is actually painting them over from the inside in a dark gray to match the walls.
Interesting. What I want to do. Am I noticing any locks or mechanisms on any of these windows?
They are not openable. These are fixed windows, and they're basically made up of about 2 foot by 2 foot squares of glass with lead in between.
Okay. Interesting.
There goes my plan.
Square. What does the ceiling look like? Is it just flat?
And here, the ceiling is about 20 feet up. It is just a smooth surface. You saw from outside, this portion of the building is about 25 feet tall, so there's some framework above that. But
Okay. And I don't see any latches on these windows.
no, these are all fixed windows. I mean, this is a museum, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I kind of do my perimeter check.
Yep.
And once I'm done my perimeter check, I go up to him and I say, okay, so is there a servant's entrance or a service entrance or exit in this place?
All the offices and such, sir, are in the annex.
In the annex? Okay. Thank you very much for your cooperation on this. I'm just going to do one last check of these windows and I will be out of your hair. And I go up to one of the far windows that is already painted over.
Sure.
And I very carefully scratch a small X into the paint.
Okay, yeah. So there's a tiny little X that you can actually see a little bit of light coming through from outside.
Excellent.
You head back outside.
And then I head back outside.
Excellent.
And I tip my hat to them and I say, thank you so much. I will give your clean bill to the city and I appreciate your cooperation in helping us clean up this town.
And you see the foreman stuffing the bag of gold into his pocket, going, as you head out the door.
You are pillars to the community. Good day, sir. And I walk out.
So as you were walking around, Rolda, I'll just do it sort of in a counterclockwise circle around here. The blown glass wine bar is exactly that. One of those pretentious ass wine bars. It's got tapas, and they can't stop telling you about how the grapes are grown locally, and all the glassware is famous people, like hand blown glass to look like famous people, but they all look drunk. And you know what, those pretentious ass people serving there as well. The museum annex is the front portion of it is where they put the boring stuff, pot shards and old coins and things like that. You notice in the back there are places for offices. That looks like where everything is run.
Boring.
The shed is it's right against the river, and what you notice is that it looks like boats can physically dock with the side of this shed, and that side that's on the river has a large, like 15 by 15 foot door that can slide up to make space. On the south side where you are, there's a very heavy wooden locked door, and this shed is built like a brick shed house, except it's not made out of brick, so a wood shed house. It's built really, really well, really strongly. You also notice there's a couple shrubs in between there, and because you're short, give me a, vertically challenged, give me a perception with advantage, because you're close to the ground.
Advantage.
That'll do it. As you trundle by, your sensitive little kobold nose picks up a couple of different odors. In that space between the shed and the museum, somebody has turned it into a smoke pit. So there's the smell of cigarettes and clove cigarettes and
I thought you meant like meat.
and pot. Yeah, there's some pot smell there too, for sure. As you wander by there. Along the riverfront where you are, the river is there. There's a nice, this is basically a little park area for people to look at out over the river. The kitchen in the south, they're hauling stuff in. They're not cooking right now, but they're getting ready, and you assume that they're cooking for the upcoming event. The civic hall looks like where they're going to serve these people. It's all trestle tables inside, and you can see where they're going to be putting the food eventually. South of that, the sculptor's workshop is exactly that. They're banging away, making mostly human and meta-human sculptures. They're human size. Some of them are a little bit bigger than human. The center section of Perfectly Stoned, which is the name of this establishment, is mostly tombstones. Lots of blank tombstones, which are weird, but not quite as weird as the one that says Fred Thompson, 688-2, and it's blank.
Ooh.
688 was 48 years ago. 10A is the actual, oh, sorry, you don't have that. Right in the very corner here, this one here is the actual shop where they're selling the statuary. Would you like to go in at all?
Which shop? This
Right down here in the bottom left-hand corner.
they're selling the statuary?
Yeah.
Well, I go take a look around and I come back to everybody.
I was given a job. I walked around and looked at things, and now I am back.
What kind of things did you see?
There's a wine bar, and there's a boring building, and then there's a shed with a big door, and there's some boats, maybe. I'm not sure, but there's a kitchen. There's gonna be a lot of food at the party. It's gonna be real good.
Oh, Obake, you tried to walk in as this was happening and just right into the door.
Yeah, I expected as much.
It's like rattled a bit.
You had one of those really long old man blinks where they close the door before you noticed, and by the time you opened your eyes,
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Could
All
I
right.
have? Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Could I have taken a moment to have climbed the entire museum to the top of it?
The outside of the museum?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I have a climbing
you
speed of 20 plus 15.
Cat-like reflexes.
So you just trundle up and start. I mean, it's going to be a challenging climb. This is a rock structure, but we'll give me athletics, because this is pure strength. This is just putting yourself up.
Athletics. Oh
You get
no.
advantage because you got claws. So
I need the other thing. That's what I'm good at.
I want acrobatics. I want to run up the side of this building.
Yeah. This is going to be very purely.
See, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's solid roll.
Yeah.
So you
Advantage.
you trundle up to the building and start using the windowsills to sort of chimneying up between the windows. You get about halfway up and you hear one of the guards over at Lord Feldspar's house scream across the road, "Get down, you idiot! Awfully early in the day to be drinking, don't you think?"
Meow.
I look over and I say, I apologize for my cat. Mr. Whiskers, get down. Now. Get down, Mr. Whiskers. Bad kitty.
And the guard is reaching for a horn that's hanging from his belt.
Okay, I make my way down.
Okay.
But you said 25 feet, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you want, you can be on the roof, but
I mean, it's 20 by 15 for climbing speed.
yeah. So yeah, it's not a problem about getting up there. It's just you're getting yelled at as soon as you start to climb.
Okay, yeah, I get down.
My apologies. He's not fully trained for walks. We're working on it.
I take a poop right in the middle.
So yeah,
As you can see.
staring straight at you, just dig a little hole,
As you can see. Where work every day is a struggle.
bury it. Yeah.
What
And
are
that
these?
is the first many thousands of bonus points awarded for the evening.
Really? That one was easy. Okay. What does this guard look like? Is he wearing any livery that is distinguishable from, say, other guards I may have seen?
Yeah, these are house guards. These are the personal guards of Lord Feldspar. You guys know that they're better trained and better armed than the city guards. They're also known for being mean. Feldspar himself, what he's famous for is literally selling the ground his family buried their ancients in. He dug them up and sold the property, and they're now stacked like cordwood in his basement. He's that guy.
Wow.
So-
They went overboard on the villains, guys. I'm thinking we've got a bunch of blank tombstones there. If we get some black robes, I know it's contrived. We could do Christmas Carol. Who wants to be the ghost of Christmas Carol? You hold up holding a blank tombstone and you just point to Lord Feldspar. Lord Feldspar, this is the fate that awaits you. And I could probably magic up a name onto that tombstone. Unless you
Let's do
change
it.
your sinful ways.
Okay.
But- Maybe a plan B?
If we do that, I'm pooping in his bed.
Okay.
You
That
can't
will.
get the points more than once.
You got
I'm not looking to get the points more than once.
this is the thing that's going to happen.
You gave this to me. You gave me this power.
I should have known better.
You really.
Is there a way that we can look inside of Lord Feldspar's house?
That would involve getting past the guards and the gate. This
I
fence
see.
is about 25 feet tall. It's spikes on the top. It's a 3-story house, so you can just see the 3rd story from the street. The gate itself is vertical bars, so you can see through it. It is a very nice house. There are
there's no
more
way I
guards
can look
visible at the front door. Also, you can see to the north side of the compound, there is the staff accommodations, cooking and that sort of thing. And to the south side is where the guards are. So
Let's
this,
just say hello.
this little house here is the actual guard shack, and behind it appears to be where they live. Or
We'll walk up to the front gate.
and the guy looks down at you. Yes.
I bring blessings from Hayatia.
That's very nice.
Can I see the man of the house?
Do you have an appointment?
No, I bring blessings from Hayatia.
I'm just going to let this play out.
Can't you send them from here?
Do your
works,
best.
It works better to
Do your best, little one. Just send
shake
those down.
hands.
They starts looking at you and says, I don't think so, little one. This isn't. Why don't you?
It's okay. We're part of a work release program, so we're going to take him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, take your
Bye.
take your pets and it's a nice neighborhood, buddy. Come on.
Well, look, I'm just trying to help the community. I understand we all got a job to do here. And these poor people, they've never seen such grandeur. People and cats. So
Meow.
that's
Yeah,
exactly. So we're gonna go try some wine now.
Oh, good. Yeah. That's what you need. Alcohol. That's gonna make this.
Hey, buddy, I need some alcohol. All right.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, you want a drink too? How you doing?
I better wait till I'm off work.
I won't tell nobody. Come on.
He leans down to you and goes, "You know who I work for? He'd kill me."
Nobody gotta know. Look at the size of me. Look at the people I hang out with. People gonna believe I bought you a drink. Come on.
Maybe just one. Bring it over.
Absolutely. That's my man. Okay. Now come on. Grab everybody together. I pull everybody together. We go up behind the blown glass wine bar. Just come with me. Come with me. Come on. I got a plan.
Okay. Obake, you still invisible?
Indeed.
I just
Following behind.
if there's anyone invisible around us, I wish that they would come with me.
So the 4 of you make your way over to the blown glass and order yourselves a drink.
Well, we're not going in just yet.
Okay.
We'll be outside. I'm
Oh.
going to say to everybody, okay, how's everybody feeling about the casing it's seen so far?
It's a cool museum.
I agree.
I think it would be beneficial if we could look inside of Lord Feldspar's house to see if he's holding the woman there.
I agree completely.
I feel like
So-
I wish I could get back up onto that house.
He
I-
didn't want blessings though.
Guys, here's my plan, and I want to know how you all feel about it. I know this story. So what we want to do is we want to go into this pretentious wine place, and we want to find some of their home brewed stuff that messes up your insides to the point like we need a failed batch. we need a failed batch of this brew, and we're going to test it on this guard.
I'm gonna look around behind here to see if there's any dumpsters or spill barrels or anything.
Absolutely. Give me a perception check, and Slate, give me one with advantage.
Oh, cool. Perception.
Yeah. Perfect.
Wait, do I have a... I'm pretty sure I... Oh, no, that's awesome. Oh, that was a... Oh, wait, no, that wasn't with... I'm just going to hit it again.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that
not
was
much better.
crap.
Okay.
God damn it.
It was a
Reroll that.
natural one.
Slate, you see
4.
some movement off to your left, and your eyes flicker to that direction. And there is some movement over by this shed over here, but your eyes don't quite make it that far, because right about here, about 25 feet away from you, in the middle of the sunlight, is this little orange and black...
Like a bat thing?
It's a butterfly.
Yeah, I am chasing after that. I get down on all fours and I just run after it.
Just like
Trying to
bristling.
catch it.
And you go tearing off down here, chasing this butterfly, which flitters around the corner, doing that annoying thing they do with cats, staying just above where you can jump.
Obake is following.
Okay.
Following the blind, he's heading around the back. Obake and Rolda at this point, you see, as you watch this mayhem heading down the side of the building, this cat that's gone completely feral, you see two figures coming out of the shed. Both young, mid-20s. One of them long dreadlocks, big loose t-shirt, big baggy jeans, and some sandals. And the other one's got a little waxed mustache and very carefully coiffed hair, really tight shirt, really tight pants. And they go into this little space around here.
Oh.
Slate completely fails to notice, goes tearing past around the corner, sod flying from his feet.
Yes, I jump 40 feet in the air.
Make an
I
attack.
don't know. Wait, I can do that?
Yeah, sure. A one shot. What do we care?
Okay, I just need to find where the hell is my...
Wait, you've been rolling. You're just going to hurt yourself anyway. So.
This is consistent, though. This is consistent for how he rolls.
Yeah, you leap up into the air, miss completely, and then against the side of the museum and claws out all the way to the ground.
Is that shed door open?
They very carefully close it behind them.
I leap again!
Gonna try and sneak in there?
Gonna walk over and just get a little closer look at the door and the individuals.
Kalton sees the first part of the leap.
I'm gonna go. You said basically they're going over into the smoker pit, right?
Yep, exactly. That's where
I
they're
guess-
headed. You
I
know
guess
it's there. So yeah.
If I didn't see any, if I didn't see any barrels of bad wine back here, I probably got distracted.
You saw these guys moving. You saw the cat distract you. You watched again. These two go around the corner.
That's the smelly place. I'm going to the smelly place.
Yep. And the two of you get there, and Obake, you kind of creak your ancient old head around the corner and look. And the two of them are, you hear them chatting. The hipster-looking one is going on about how good he feels now that he's gone vegan. And he's like, he hasn't had any meat in like weeks, and he just feels so much better now. And he's smoking a clove cigarette. Just like really annoying. He's got the short pants with this much sock showing. It's that guy. The other guy pulls out a big joint, sparks it up, has a couple pulls. They're sharing it back and forth.
I walk in there. Hi.
I was
Ah!
fucking. It's Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh shit, dude! Wow, you scared me, little one.
Blessings.
Got it.
Hi to ya.
You're not a dude, you're a dudette. You want some?
Okay.
And he hands you the joint. Yeah.
I love where this is going.
Come in the bushes though, dude.
Okay.
Dudette, sorry.
I want to go. I kind of look at it. I gotta lick it. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here.
That went almost as well as I was hoping.
I kind of smell it.
Yep. It
I-
almost makes you sneeze. Well, don't waste it. And he goes to take it back from you.
Okay.
And you see him have a big pull, and the other guy's like, no, I've had enough.
Oh. Okay.
Hands it back down to you. Yep.
All right.
Constitution save.
But
While they're doing this, I'm going into the wine bar.
Yep.
I'm going to.
Oh yeah, you don't even cough like an old pro.
yeah, it's like the temples.
Meanwhile, in the background, there's this cat going up in the side of the wall trying to get this butterfly.
Kitty! I run at the cat.
Obake, you said you wanted to look at the building as well. What you notice immediately is that it's a normal looking door, except it's very heavy and thick. But instead of a lock, there's just a green stone that looks like it's embedded in the lock plate instead of a keyhole.
Interesting. Okay.
Give me a perception check. Because you're right there and you're invisible.
I can't see shit.
I can see where this night's going.
Roll the exhaled right in your eyes. And you just,
Oh.
Do you guys work at the museum?
Yeah, we do. We do security.
Museums are important. Can I help?
Do you do magic?
Sometimes.
I should be there.
Because we're like magical defenders, right? The other one pokes him, like, "Shut up, dude! Shut up!" Right?
Yeah, I can do it. Watch the kitty. And I'm gonna go over to Slate and cast Animal Friendship.
And as he's casting this, Obake is going to drop invisibility and say, "You summoned, master."
This poses a question. If you cast
Hi.
friendship on a tabaxi, does it work?
You ready?
That's character on character. You tell me.
I roll over and expose my belly.
Kitty.
Two-fingered pet.
See?
Forgot all about the butterfly. It's gone.
This is a magic man. You're pointing up at Obake.
Is anyone scritching bellies?
Oh, I'm scritching bellies.
Okay,
Magic
I let you scritch for like 5 scritches, and then I bite you.
And Obake is just standing there, cold-faced, arms behind his back, nice and straight.
Drops the cigarette in the joint, and they start stomping them out and say, "Yeah, we should probably get back to work. Yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, we should definitely get back to work."
Okay, can I help?
Maybe get hired at the museum annex first, eh?
Okay, you hire me?
That's not really our job, right, little one?
Okay, what's in there?
Storage. Shut up. Oh yeah, right.
Great.
Okay, bye. I start walking away.
And Obake, you see the two of them are like trying to get past you and get to the door. You watch the dude with the dreadlocks reach into his pocket and pulls out a green card about this big, and in the center of it there's a green stone. And he taps the stone to the stone. There's a small flash, and he steps in the door.
Oh.
Alrighty. Obake is still just standing there, arms behind his back.
The other guy walks in. They're like, "You don't work for the city, do you? Or for Lord Feldspar?"
No response. Just standing there, cold-faced, looking forward.
Not knowing is worse.
The door closes. The green light fades out of the crystal, and the door is locked in front of you.
Oh, good to know.
Kalton, in the wine bar, you walk in. There are pretentious people everywhere.
I walk up to whoever the head wine dude is in this place.
So
I say, "Hello, my name is Charlie's Incognito, and my wife and I are visiting from the capital, but she's in a terrible state. She needs to cleanse, and she's looking for something to move things along. Now, our friends in the capital very affluent people had recommended this place for some of your finer herbal, all natural drinks. Do you have anything for that?
Monsieur, absolutely. We have a number of drinks which might work for you. What were you looking to accomplish?
She's doing a cleanse. So something to
Let me put it
move
another way,
things
sir.
along.
You want it to come up or you want it to go down?
I think she wants it to go down, but can I have something in both just in case?
I have both. Absolutely. I can get this for you. Just one moment.
Strongest that you have, please. It's a real issue.
Yep. And he goes in the back and he comes back with two small, little sort of mini kegs,
Okay.
like two pints each, with a little handle on the top. And he says, the one with the O on the top come out the top, and the one with the X come out the bottom.
Excellent. Thank you so much. How much are they?
5 gold pieces altogether, right?
All right, I'll take each, and may I have a small flask, please?
But of course, sir, here, I give you this one. And he pulls down one of the little blown glass flasks with the face of somebody you don't recognize.
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
But they're all just,
No, wow, that's incredible. I'm so happy. All right, and then I purchased both of these. They go into my pack. Thank you so much, sir. I will be sure to tell all of our friends. And I leave.
And you get bowed out. And as you're leaving, as you're sort of backing out, he's trying to explain to you all the complicated ingredients that are in these materials.
And I'm just like, oh, that's incredible. I've heard that's good for you. I you know what? I agree completely. Mm-hmm.
Hi, Ronald.
Hello, I'm Charlie's.
Hi, Charlie.
Come along. We have a drink for our friend now.
Okay.
And I pour into that little flask.
Yep.
I don't look at which one.
Oh,
I just pour one into the flask.
Yep.
And I immediately come out. And first I go over here and I say, guys, you're going to want to see this. It's going to be incredible.
Obake says, all right, let's go. And then he starts walking around this direction, but before he leaves, he casts Thaumaturgy right against the shed and then ducks around the corner.
Oh.
Just making a loud boom and then hides it.
On the door, yeah.
Hides around the corner.
And then just keeps going.
All right.
As you actually, and I'm just going to move Slate too, as you kind of, I'm just going to put you back, the two of you sort of there. As you step around that corner to hide, you see coming past the kitchen here a sort of almost middle-aged human woman, and she's got a package in her hands that appears to be a dress folded up nice and small. And she's looking a little sneaky, like she's kind of looking around, and she's heading in this direction. She's heading north. And she kind of sees the two of you and tries to tuck it under her arm.
So was this before or after Thaumaturgy?
You hear the behind you when you look up, and she's just coming up, and she hears it, and she stops for a second and almost turns to leave.
And okay, so Obake looks her in the eye and says, "Gorgeous, that was my heart dropping. Where are you going?"
Oh, I just have oh my, I just have a small mission to. Hello, my name is Miriam.
Obake takes the hood off. You've got, see this nice mane of silver hair, all braided beautifully, and again, sharp elven features. Obake takes her hand gently, does a nice curt bow, kisses it gently, says, "My name is Obake."
Oh my, and she starts fanning herself with the dress. Oh dear,
Obake says, "Let me help you with that." And he snaps his finger and a little gust of wind comes into her face.
Buy a girl a drink?
"Nothing would make me happier, dear. Fellows, you go run along. I'll catch up later."
During this conversation, can I please just on all fours just kind of do this
figure eight thing?
Right between her legs, yeah, absolutely.
Just kind of pet me.
The two
And I
of
will
you see as
straight up look at her and go,
she's almost tripping because you're so humongous.
I'm sick.
Yeah. And you see she's got the dress in one hand, and her other hand you see kind of go under, and you see her trying to pull at something. It takes you a couple seconds to figure out she's trying to pull off her wedding band
Oh,
from off of her hand underneath the dress.
Oh shit, this is gonna be fun.
And you see her tuck something into her belt. She says, I really do have to deliver this, though.
Where do you have to deliver it, dear?
Just over here. And she points at the shed.
Obake will say, please allow me to help you. And he extends his arm for her.
And she and gives you her hand and allows you to escort her back to the shed. You assume that Slade is following along, wrapping amongst the feet,
yes.
being a pain in the ass cat the whole way. Yeah.
You know,
Well,
doing
this-
the cat thing where you hook around the leg as well with the tail.
And
While
at
this is
exactly the
happening-
same time. Yep.
I'm gonna run up to this guard and I'm gonna handshake pass him the flask,
Yep.
and I'm gonna give him a wink,
Smooth.
and I'm gonna go off and I'm gonna say, Rolda, come along with me.
And you
Okay.
see him look left, look right, and he kind of salutes the other guy standing on the other side of the gates, like, look what I got. And he, quickly, and then you see him look both sides and smash the glass against the wall so there's no evidence.
Oh shit. He's about to have a bad time.
And you run
Okay.
around the corner out of sight.
Yeah.
Obake, you get her to the door and she knocks. Dunk, dunk, dunk.
All right, when I see Obake and her up by the door, I try to oh shit. They're doing a scene. Get down, quiet. Can't get your
And Obake just gently mutters something under his breath, and his face shifts slightly. I'm just casting Alter Self just to change it slightly.
Okay. Sure, she doesn't notice. She's already totally infatuated with you. It's quite a few minutes. It's 3 or 4 minutes and several knocks before the door is actually opened, and the dude with the dreadlocks opens up. He's like, "Yeah, Miriam. Oh, hi." And she hands him the dress and says, "Make sure she gets it. I'd hate to live in a nightgown for this long." And the door closes. Now, maybe some wine? I don't want to be too forward.
Dear, it would be my pleasure to purchase you anything in the wine bar.
And she very graciously allows you to lead her to the wine bar where she orders the most expensive glass in the place.
Obake just winks at Kalton when he walks by.
I get out of the way and I take Rolda with me. I'm like, Rolda, come with me. It's okay. Rolda."
Yep.
Is there a sunbeam inside the wine bar?
There's going to be one somewhere very close to it, yes.
I lie
as
in
you
the
guys-
sunbeam.
As you get back to there, you see across the street the guard, the one that has been dosed. You see him sort of starts to breathe a little, starts rubbing his belly a little bit, and looking left and right.
I tap Rolda. Just Rolda. Do you see what's happening there?
And he's starting to look really desperate. He looks over at the other guys. Colt. Oh, forget it. And he just goes tearing up the street and around this corner. He's dropped his mace right in the street. He's grabbed both, like one cheek in each hand, and he's doing the desperation run.
Oh, he's got twitchy anus.
He
Yeah.
doesn't look at us. I think that should help him.
No, it's fine. Rolda, come back here. Rolda, come back here. This is supposed to happen.
And you hear horrible noises coming from just barely, and I mean just barely around the corner.
This is his big moment.
And his big moment is about everybody in a block knows.
It's just like thundering. The
There's
ground
noise coming out of, there's vibration coming out of one end and screaming coming out of the other. No! No! He's holding onto the wall behind him. No!
Okay,
And he never even got his pants off.
Slate, did you go inside with fuck, what's your name again?
Obake.
Obake. Did you go inside with Obake?
Hopefully, I'm finding a sunbeam to lie in.
Okay.
And purr.
Can I coax you away from a sunbeam for a moment?
Do you have something shiny that you can wave around? And just...
I imagine I have all manner of things, but I'm gonna go with a solid here, kitty. Here, kitty.
I will promptly ignore you like most cats do.
Fine.
Here, kitty. Here, kitty. My animal
Oh, I
friend.
still have animal friendship,
Yes,
so
still
I'm
have
going to go over to
And
Roll.
belly rubs. I mean, there's been belly rubs too.
All right.
Friends,
Rolda.
Christmas?
Slate. What did we discover? And this conversation happens with the roaring, catastrophic bowel failure happening in the background.
Yeah, just the background every now and then, like the super serious conversation followed by.
If you breathe the incense smoke, it's really fun.
Okay, that's good information. Slate, what else did we find out?
Butterflies are a bunch of bastards.
Okay,
I like butterfly.
this is all useful information.
I don't think
what
I've
did-
learned anything.
What do you want to know?
Is there a way for us to work in the kitchen staff?
Yeah, because you know what every person wants? It's to be in a full hairnet and be served cat hair in their food.
I'm thinking you as a waiter. Cat dressed up as a waiter. People are going to
Cat hair in their food.
Well, don't paw it.
It does sound adorable. We should ask the kitchen.
Ask the kitchen. Okay. It's a bold direction. But let's give it a shot. Let's go ask the kitchen. Just like this.
I had an idea.
I'm going to peek around the corner and see, did this guy die? Like, is he
He is now in the fetal position, just rocking. back
I love
and
every
forth,
part of this.
and it's still not done. Every once in a while, just a shudder passes through him.
Just like spinning in a circle. Okay.
We need more of that for the punch bowl at the museum for Wednesday night.
Exactly.
And you can figure out which one it is by which one is lighter.
Excellent. This is why we need to be hired on the kitchen staff. This is exactly where I'm at. They're gonna have to quarantine this entire street. It's just gonna be like just like a medical waste zone when we're done.
Yeah. Sorry, we
Say that's
should.
not consecrated ground anymore.
Yeah. Right. Okay. I say, okay, Rhoda, let's go check with the kitchen. Slate, would you like to come with us?
Yes, considering I think I might be the only cook among us.
Excellent. Excellent.
So the four of you make your way to the kitchen.
Okay.
All right.
Absolutely. The head cook is a heavy-set, older dwarven woman,
Okay.
quite thick and stocky, full beard. She's got a hairnet on her chin and one on her head, because you have to when you've got a beard. And as soon as you get close, she's like, "Not in here! Not in here!
I'm
We're
sorry.
cooking food in here."
I understand that you're making food in here. I am Havard Crockpot, head chef of the local halfling tribes, and I've been called out to assist.
You're a cook.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I am. I mean, meow.
This is my saucier and my busboy.
Okay. So what's your point?
I've been called out to assist with the festivities on Wednesday. I trust I can have access to the kitchen then?
Sure. Come by on Wednesday.
Excellent, excellent. You have received my credentials then?
No. But
You
there's
haven't-
always 4 or 5 people that don't show up.
Oh, well then. I will be sure to be here, and I will make sure that there's proper paperwork available. And you, if you've not, as my dwarven cousin, I'm sure you know, halfling home cooking. I mean, we're in for a treat.
Uh-huh. There's a menu.
Yeah, but we can put a spin on it.
Sure. Wednesday.
All right. What was your name again?
Matilda.
Matilda, you are just a peach. Can I get a hug, Matilda? No? Okay.
It's
Well,
not very, it's not, we're just food. And something out there smells like shit. I don't know if it's food.
yeah, no, I think one of the guards is sick.
He didn't eat here.
Well, no, certainly not. I think it's that wine place. Okay, so we will be back Wednesday. Thank you so much. You have just been great.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't think I want that in the kitchen.
No, he's the busboy. He does clean up on the inside. It's fine.
Okay. Who sent you as you're walking away?
Specially selected. It's fine. Just walk off with everyone.
Yep. Absolutely. So you now have a job for Wednesday afternoon. You can show up at the kitchen and either cook or serve, depending on what you told them you can do.
All right. So in the meantime, I'm going to try to get Rolda. Okay, Rolda. Now, you are no longer Rolda on Wednesday. You are Roldina, the bus girl. And your job is to go around cleaning up tables when people are done eating.
Okay. Do I need different hair for that? She takes off her wig.
No, keep the same hair.
Okay.
We'll find somebody to help you do it up a bit. But what I want you to do too, because you're also going to have to bring people out their drinks. When you're bringing people out their drinks, we're going to give their drinks something special. And it's going to help us get into the museum, okay?
Okay.
Fuck, this is going to be so gross.
Oh, I should
Have you ever been at a club when there's like a 40-person lineup for the bathroom?
I'm telling you, this whole place is just going to be like, we have to burn the land and start over.
The entire city will just be
Welcome
raised
to our
after
first
this
one
event.
shot. It's literally a shit
Just
show.
poop jokes from one end to the other. Oh my god. Anyway, so you guys have a job on Friday or on Wednesday, even though you've already got away into the event.
How does this wine date go?
Formal wear. Yes, back at the bar. It quickly occurs to you that you have a willing participant, shall we say.
And what time of day is it roughly?
It's like 11 in the morning.
Quality date.
We've got a lot done today. So.
She's into like her third glass of wine by the time you're finished your first one.
All right, so Obake is going to say, "Dear, hold on a moment," and walk over towards the main area of the wine bar, and say to the individual behind the bar, "Excuse me, fellow.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a private room where I can go and entertain this young woman with less eyes? We would like to have a quiet discussion." And he winks at him.
Do you have a champagne room?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm just looking for a room one can rent by the hour,
There
sir.
was sex in the champagne room.
Right? That's what they tell you.
There's actually a whole song about it.
Right? There's a whole thing. Here he is looking for the champagne room.
He turns to you and he leans in close. And, at this moment, she chooses to go off and relieve herself because she's had 3 glasses of wine. And he says, "We don't have such a room here, sir, but he reaches into his pocket and pulls out his keys and says, you can use my house, sir.
And where is your house?
2 blocks up the street, sir, the purple building with the blue window shades."
Sir, you are an absolute god. How much do I owe you for this?
And I was just as you say that, his hand sneaks out and smiles. "Whatever sir thinks is reasonable for an afternoon."
How pretty is this woman?
I mean, like I said, sort of middle-aged human woman. She's reasonably good looking.
If she's a 4, she's a 7.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Obake is going to take out. He's going to be keeping his gold in probably about 50 gold pouches.
Sure.
So he's just going to reach into his cloak, pull out one of those pouches, and just reach out, drop it down, and then pull out on top of it whatever the drinks would have run.
Yeah, like a gold for the wine. He looks down at that pile and says, "Enjoy yourself, sir. The rest of us certainly did." And he takes the gold and puts it in his pocket and walks away.
Obake just laughs as he walks away.
And yeah, she will quickly slam 2 more glasses of wine on the way to the door, and she will gladly accompany you down the street for a scene that we don't need to do.
Okay, then.
Do I not even get to roll a performance check?
If you would like to, I will allow you to do so.
This is
yes.
my favorite part of D&D.
I never make anybody make this roll. So if you will,
So that's consistent for you guys today.
yeah,
Okay.
you had more
Can I
wine
paint
than
a-
you thought too, so it's kind of yeah.
Can I paint a very quick sound picture?
If you
No.
insist, yeah.
Or e or e or e or e or.
Well, as 9 as it might have been, it does earn you many thousands of bonus points. That's 2 down.
Really? There's,
Mine was shitting in the street.
there's so and look, I could have just given you wine. Okay. So
I don't know if it counts if you don't have any control over it.
speaking of which,
I think I would find, like, I would take off your coat or something like that and just
How-
cover it.
how is this guard situation for the spells unfolding at this point?
There is
So-
still 1 guard standing at the gate.
Okay.
And you've seen before there are 2 guards inside standing at the front door.
Okay.
There's quite a bit of sort of in and out traffic out of this little building down here, which is the guard post.
Okay, so Kalton feels that he's expended the characters that he can play, that it's realistic that he'll be able to gain entry to this house at this point.
Mhm.
So he's just gonna walk off, and he says to Rolda, "So Rolda, it's been a full day of shooting. We've got some great scenes in. Is there anything else that you want to do today?"
Who did you shoot?
Well, just the performances. It's fine.
There's no. But. Okay. What?
It's okay. You're very method. I understand that. Is there anything Rolda would like to do today?
I want a sandwich.
Let's go get a sandwich, Rolda.
Okay.
So I take Rolda out for a sandwich.
And you guys spend the rest of the day doing what you spend the rest of the day doing.
I pay my rent.
You did pay your rent? Okay. Knock
One
150
character
gold
paid
off.
their rent.
Yep.
Obake would like to pump this incredibly drunk woman for information about that shit.
Yeah, you pumped her already.
About what? Yeah. About what?
I
Sorry.
recognized what I was saying the second it left my mouth.
Wait, no, hold on. I have a different button for that.
I have things prepared.
Not loaded up.
Not that one. Nope. That's the non button.
Oh, god damn it. This
What were you trying to gain from her?
Just a base understanding of what's in that shed, how many guards are in there, any specific ways in, how he can get one of those cards.
Sure, your performance wasn't great, but give me a persuasion.
Okay, so I should have been doing this the whole time, but I'm going to cast guidance on myself before that happens.
Sure.
there you go.
So, performance, or sorry, what did you say? Perception?
No, let's get performance is fine. It's a charisma based test. You're just trying to talk her out of information. She's pretty hammered. What she manages to tell you is that they got a lady they keep in the basement.
All right.
She's hurt pretty bad.
And only the 2 individuals inside that are guarding her?
4
individuals.
Twins. 2 of them are twins. It's freaky.
Okay. And dear, how do they enter and exit? I saw those little cards. Where do they get those?
They got those from a large feldspar. It's the way that you get in and out of the building.
Do you happen to have one, dear?
No, they won't give me. I don't really work for. I just a maid. I saw her. She's only in her 90. I thought she might like a dress. I brought her a dress from home.
Dear, you are a lovely person to do that, but I highly suggest you go knock on that door. And he casts suggestion.
Okay. And she stands up naked and heads to the door of the room.
This is even better than I'd hoped. And Obake
She
is
gonna die.
Obake is going to go back to invisible and follow behind
Followed the naked woman
and set himself
the
up
woman.
just opposite of the door so that when someone comes out, he can try to pick the pockets.
Ho ho.
Yep. Okay. So yeah,
Because my rolls have been perfect for this.
This is great.
the rest of you see a naked woman that you, when you do manage to look up at her face, you recognize her. Oh yeah, that's the one that.
I imagine Rolda and I are at a stand eating a sandwich.
This is like 7 minutes later at most.
And back to your sandwiches.
This is gonna be great.
Slade is just frolicking in the
As
grass.
she walks past blown glass, all the people stop and watch her walk past. And it's basically everywhere she goes, there's just this freeze frame and nothing but rotating heads.
Freeze frame.
But nobody says a word. They all just
It's
watch.
like almost like this isn't out of the ordinary. Like this, there she goes again.
And she goes up to the door and starts knocking and knocking and knocking. Just like she doesn't stop. It's just a continuous bang, 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 bang,
Yeah.
bang, 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 bang. And eventually the door pops open and you see the dreadlocked dude sticks his head out. Miriam, what? And you're gonna try and steal his key?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Give me a sleight of hand.
Oh, God, come on.
If I was with you, I could give you luck.
No, it is what it is.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, lucky for you, the DM caught your dice rolls. You reach out for it and you pull it out of his pocket and you drop it. And it falls down, it bounces off his shoe and comes over and lands on the top of your foot. And you just sort of very quietly lift your foot up and take it off the top of your foot and slide it into your pocket.
This is beautiful.
And Obake will just step back about 10 feet and just watch what happens.
Yeah,
Because it's glorious.
and he's just, you should, no, you can't come in here. What are you doing? And she just kind of snaps, covers herself, and runs headlong over the past the museum annex, between blown glass wine and the museum annex, around Tosco's house and out onto the bridge heading to the main part of town. Just
Love it.
he watches her go. This crazy bitch, man. And he just closes the door.
Obake will work himself back towards Kalton and Ralda
Sure.
and deposit the card into Kalton's pocket.
Okay.
Okay.
Slade's also going to
Are you sneaking it there, or are you just
Absolutely. For fuck's sakes!
roll me?
Yeah, let's see how I perceive that.
You see that, yeah. Because
I swear to God, it's going to be a natural 20.
Look, this what I get.
19.
19. So
Yeah,
yeah,
no, I'm like,
you
oh,
feel them.
That was Euro performance.
did I hit performance?
And you also have advantage.
Oh, whoops.
I just took the 18 plus whatever.
yeah, that's
Yeah, let's just do that then.
perception.
Yeah.
And further perception. Yeah, no, it's still okay. So
As he's trying to put this card in and it's like jiggling around with his old frail hands, he's
you
Are
are
you invisible at the moment, Obake?
yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. So yeah, you look down and you see a nothing trying to be forced into your pocket. Your pocket's
I'm like,
twisted out of shape.
what is this? You are burning up the special effects budget. You are gonna ruin the cost for my final finale. Can you?
And as soon as he lets go, you can see there's a card sticking out of your pocket.
Thank you.
Green
What
card
is
with a
this?
little green stone.
What is this for?
It's for the shed door. I have some information for you. I was trying
Excellent.
to make my second stealthy deposit for the day. And he winks.
oh,
How does that
Slade
work?
doesn't have to ask, he just smells it on him.
It's like okay. I've
And then he
always
just kind of gives him a small high five. Somebody got some!
I've always wondered how that works. Do you guys actually just go through with it? Do you just sit and hang out for a little bit? How does it normally go?
My friend, I've had almost a millennia of having this kind of fun. You go, you get what you want, and you leave.
Wow, really? All right. I don't know if I could do those scenes, but I'm open to it in the future. I just want everybody to know. Okay. So what does this do?
Can we go somewhere private and speak?
Oh, we're still in scene. Okay, sure. Let's go back to the hideout.
That works. Yep, you can head back there.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Perfect. And with that, we will take a quick sort of 10-minute break here and then get back onto the mission. And we'll see if we can actually get you guys onto the mission. Well, this is what happens when you do a one-shot. This is exactly what they're for. And frankly, it's a nice break compared to what we're going to be going through in the next couple days.
Kevin, I'm having a wonderful time.
And TMW.
Yeah, it's wonderful to play the exact opposite of what you actually are in real life and in character.
Yes.
But show of hands,
I don't even know what I'm playing.
whose character actually knows what's going on in the game?
Perfect. I've done my job.
Maybe Obake, I don't know.
It's only Obaka.
It's
Frolicking.
Guys was just like, eh.
Colton's whole thing is he's 100% convinced that we are a part of some elaborate street show.
Yep.
I just do
I
cat things.
deserve this. I played a character that was convinced he was in a game. So I did that to a DM, so I absolutely deserve it.
He doesn't think any of this is real.
Nope.
He thinks this is all a show.
He's going to be able to yell cut and do the scene again if he needs to. Yeah.
So if anyone does have character, okay, real quick, do your race and class for the screen here.
Halfling wizard, divination specialist.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are they? Avariel, like the winged elves,
Jeez.
and a level 6 sorcerer.
Ooh.
And about 1 million years old.
Yeah, like pushing 1,000.
Yeah. Visibly old elf. That's ancient.
Yeah, with this human woman.
Yeah.
Of moderate age. Just sturdy.
Probably your socks are probably older than she was, but you know. Satoru, we got Tabaxi. We haven't seen much else. Monk, absolutely.
Yeah.
And our friend the Mad Maker.
Paladin, I'm going to say, or cleric.
Cleric.
Haha.
Yeah.
Kobold cleric.
Just for curiosity,
Of a giant god.
curiosity's sake, what was Sarah gonna play?
The only thief in the group.
Okay, she'd have been so pissed right now. But I love this wine plan, guys. I am all in on the shit wine.
Are we trying to steal it at the event or afterwards?
I'm thinking at the event. I'm thinking we want that passed around in the middle of everybody, like inside.
Yeah, with the amount of diarrhea that's going to be going on, we have the perfect distraction.
Okay, if anybody does have art for their characters, send it to the Mombot through Discord.
All right.
I'm going to add information.
All right. And we will be back in, 10 minutes?
Sounds good. See you soon.
All right.
Sounds good.
I can take the cooking.
All right, we're back. Let's see if we can get them to move along a little bit along the adventure. They have a plan. They may even have 2 plans. Let's see if any of them work.
Like 4 plans operating in unison.
At least, yeah. It's Monday afternoon. You guys have reconned the immediate area. You have discovered the museum is locked until Wednesday. You've done a bit of a recon inside, even in spite of that. You at least know what the front room looks like. You've seen some suspicious activity back around this shed that's mounted beside the river. And
we have acquired shit wine.
Yes, and you've stolen some shit and figured some stuff out. So what would you like to do next?
Kalton, When you were in the museum, did you see a lot? Was there any magical defenses?
Not a lot. Didn't really see any magical defenses.
Um,
Painting up the windows. There's a couple guards inside.
Well, I hate to show...
Ralda, do you have something to say?
The guys with the good incense said that they are the magical defenders.
That's something. It's an incredible name for a group. Are they our antagonists?
No, they're the guards, and they use magic to defend it.
Okay, so maybe we can take them out beforehand.
There are apparently 4 of them guarding the woman in the shed.
Okay.
Okay.
Kalton,
Do this.
if you like, not to show you all of my tricks, but I can turn you into a gas and you can explore the museum.
Ah, that's perfect. And you turn yourself into a gas.
Only one.
I marked one of the windows with a small X. We could put a small pin-sized hole in that window. And if you turn into a gas, you go as a gas, and you're in the museum.
I feel like this is an evening thing to do.
Absolutely. Preferably after we've gotten everybody to drink the shit wine.
Why don't we do it tomorrow before the party?
Well, that's really not much of a climax. Nobody's there.
But adventures are easier when nobody's there.
Maybe we'll have a showdown with these magical defender guys. I don't know.
Perhaps we should save the woman Tuesday night and the stone on Wednesday.
But less of you will die if there's less people there.
If we rescue the girl, won't they be defending the stone even harder on Wednesday night?
Yes, that just means more people to shit themselves.
I suppose, but are the guards going to drink the wine? I mean, usually the guards aren't drinking at these things. It's going to ruin the immersion if they are. These guys are supposed to be on guard and they're drinking.
I thought we were getting the rock first.
Well, either way we look at it, whether it's the woman or the stone first, something is going to be more defended either way.
Okay.
I'm just going to jump in here for a second, because if you guys look in your journals at the very first thing that I gave you, you will see that you have to do them at the same time. When the stone is removed from its stand, you've got 60 seconds to get her out.
Okay. So I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking. Here's the plan. Here's the scene. Bustling museum party is unfolding. Everybody's got their glasses of wine. Special drinks for a special evening. Everybody's having a little sip, enjoying themselves, when suddenly their stomachs in unison begin to quake. Nobody can handle it. It's chaos. Pandemonium breaks out throughout the museum. But a waiter, a little bus girl, a cat waiter, and the finest halfling cook in all the land are unaffected. They make their way to the stone. What? Look, okay. That's just the role you'll be playing at that moment. It's just disguise. I don't want to typecast you.
Cook.
Okay, you can be the cook and I'll be the waiter. It's fine. I'm not a diva. I won't put it out there.
Do you even know how to make eggs?
I'm a halfling. I can make all kinds of eggs.
Then you can make them disappear.
Exactly.
I came from an egg.
You don't break character for anything. I admire your commitment. Okay. So, and then, while there's pandemonium breaking out, we make our way, probably have an epic showdown with any remaining guards, snatch up the stone, while our good friend has turned into a gas and snuck inside the shed. And he retrieves the woman. And then we reconvene at this smoking pit outside. The guards will be far too busy with the rivers of excrement coming out of the numerous party goers. I'm guessing difficult.
That's going to be a day to be remembered in Silver Moon.
I'm guessing difficult terrain, at the very least.
And imagine Constitution saves.
Imagine the worst grease spell you've ever seen. And then, so we put the muscle, the strength of our team inside to defend the stone. We put the gaseous form to escort the woman out. If you require backup, we'll come and assist you.
Can I get a DM ruling on twinned spells and concentration?
Yep. If concentration is broken, it breaks both of them.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Yep. Oh, you're going to gaseous form the both of you. You got this. Okay.
One time I was with this adventuring party and we tried to save the lady, but the lady was the bad guy. And they all died.
That would be an incredible twist. I don't think this is the kind of story when we all die. Why would they hire big name performers? It just doesn't make any sense. Unless this is supposed to be an edge piece.
My name is very short.
Just does not break character for anything. I am going to recommend you to everyone else I see because you are a professional.
I almost had sugar cookie shoot out of my nose on that.
Oh dear. Okay.
You are a professional, and I can't tell you how much I respect you for that. So we have another day of planning. What do we want to do with it?
Perhaps we can do some thieving around town in Lord Speldfar's house.
Oh.
I want to see the cool things.
I was planning on just doing some cooking, but no, Abake's thing. That sounds more fun.
I can get us all into the house. The downside to that is you all have to trust me or you die in 10 minutes.
A pre-heist.
Indeed.
I love the idea of a pre-heist. We really stick it to this evil man who has taken this man's wife and his stone away from him. I like it.
Indeed.
I like the idea about it.
And perhaps more guards be stationed at Lord Feldsall's house after.
Perhaps there will be. Perhaps Lord Feldspar has his own flask of wine.
Anything is possible.
Okay.
And our cat fellow can shit on his bed.
I love every part of this. All right. So let's all get a good night's rest, prepare, and we'll do the second scene tomorrow. Sound good?
Sounds lovely.
Excellent.
And do.
Only one of you paid your rent. The rest of you will have to find various places to sleep on your own under, some of you sleep in dumpsters, so it doesn't really matter.
Roomies!
Is there a temple?
Sure.
I will go to it.
Absolutely. And you walk in and they're like, oh, sister, come with us. And yep, you are.
Obake is looking for companionship that will pay for the evening's rest.
Okay. Let's just keep it short. Just give me a persuasion check. At the bar.
Okay, and with guidance.
18 plus, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one, you're moving up in the world. This one, while still not anything you'd write home to mom about, you would at least brag to your friends about this one.
All right, moving on up.
And she does pay for the hotel for the evening. That's twice.
Who writes letters home to their mother like that?
Dear mom,
Dear mother,
I totally scored last night.
Found a tart.
Dear mother, I hope this damp is not affecting your spirits. I got laid. Yeah.
And now
that, Mom.
And she
now
reads
it
it,
burns when I pee.
wipes a single tear, and pins it to the wall with the others.
Oh, and they said
It's just like a wall covered.
A problem. Oh, God.
One of these days, my boy's gonna get a name.
So Monday evening passes by. You guys have a full rest, so you get everything back that you burnt. If you burned anything, I know there's some invisibilities chucked around and some other things.
Kalton spends his evening getting into character of Charlie's incognito, and Charlie's incognito is a hard-boiled career thief. So he spends his night drinking in a tavern, poring over the details of the evening, seeing if there's anything that he missed.
Absolutely.
Before getting some rest in a single simple room where he carefully plots out the coming heist.
And the one thing that you absolutely come to the conclusion of is you're going to need some way for the two groups to communicate.
Yes.
Because there's no way you can think at this moment, at least unless you've come up with something I haven't thought of, there's no way you can do this without splitting the party.
There's no way. There's not a thing I could do.
You've got to take the stone from the museum, and then you've got 60 seconds to get her out of whatever she's in.
And that's simply not enough time. Okay. All right.
I spend the evening just sitting by the altar and talking to Hayatia and telling her all about my new friends. And there's the cat man, and we're friends now. And we're gonna go on an adventure, but it's for 2 days. And tomorrow we're gonna do something else. And the one man's very tall, and the short man is confusing. But I think they're not gonna die right away this time.
And you may have inspiration from your god.
Oh.
She appreciated your tiny but very forceful meaningfulness to all of that speech.
Hooray!
Excellent.
And the next morning dawns, brighter for some than for others.
And
He's got his wall with all his arrows and post-it.
And none of it really means anything. It's all just for show. Like it's just 100%. It's just like over and over of him being like, okay, ooh. No, did I do that right? Okay.
Rhubarb. Yeah.
Yes, excellent. Oh, okay, yes. Yeah. Yes.
Practice his concerns look taking off the list.
Yeah, absolutely. Like over and over, just rehearsing.
Right.
And first thing I do is I make my divination rolls for the day. 1 and 2. Oh.
Best of all possible worlds. One success for you and one failure for them.
How do you use inspiration as a mechanic?
It allows you one reroll.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
So Slate wakes up with all of his fur pressed against one side of his face.
Yep.
And then he proceeds to clean himself very thoroughly. There is no bath or shower where he lives.
No, he's cat cleaning. Trying to get the smell of butterfly out of your hair.
Did anybody mention where we're meeting in the morning?
I just go back to the site and wait for you guys.
Okay.
All right. Well, in that case, yeah, Roldo we'll go back and stand by the smelly alley.
How much does it cost for me to rent a cart?
You need some horses too?
Just for 1 day, simple cart, 1 horse.
2 gold.
Okay, I rent a cart, and I have this like burlap cloak that I've pulled tight over me, and I'm sitting in the cart. And I'm just sitting outside in the street in there.
Yep. Okay. Just to be clear, you guys are back in the neighborhood by the museum, or are you staying near Problem Solved?
I'm back at the museum.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm back by the smelly alley.
I probably would have went to the smelly alley.
Yeah, I think Slade would have tried to see if he could find that fucking butterfly again.
It's a little more windy today. The butterflies seem to be all hunkered down at this point. So you look around for a while and eventually find your way over to the alley. Luckily, the wind is blowing the other way today, so you can you can sense it, but it's not like making your eyes water.
Kalton attempts to get your guys' attention. Psst, hey, Hey guys.
It's very clearly him.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Doesn't matter. Oh no, the smelly alley I was going to was the smoking alley.
Oh, the one by the shed. Okay, right.
Yeah, we're going to that one, not the shit alley, right?
not where the guard nearly perished.
Not
Well, I'm glad you cleared that up because that's where I had you in my head was over by Lord Feldspar's fouled fence.
yes. When
there's a group of scientists there now.
Like
Carefully.
grasps all when they're talking about blight spells and unknown.
What's there's dark magics here? Lord Feldspar, you must be careful. Clearly, someone has leashed some dark wizards on you.
I don't know what you did, but they hate you.
when Kalton shows up, I just say,
It's
Over by the
organic.
shed, yes, over by the shed. Our tiny kobold friend and our halfling, you guys are both close to the ground. You can see underneath the bushes, there's dozens and dozens and dozens of cigarette butts and clove cigarette butts and roaches. And this is obviously their regular smoke pit.
All right. I looked at everyone. I say, I got us a cart. I figure we could get together at the cart, pull the wheel off, acts like we're fixing it. It's a stakeout. It's a stakeout scene. And then we just observe. We observe and we talk about our hard-bitten lives and what drove our characters to this point. I think it's a really good scene, guys. I think we should play it out.
okay.
I'm
Always ready. Always ready.
While we're waiting for that, I'm going to go start digging through the cigarette butts and looking for any of them that smell like that good special incense.
Is that good shit?
This would be a perfect, if I can get enough of it, it'll be a perfect offering for the upcoming Harvest Festival for Haiti.
Excellent.
There are 21 roaches in that book.
Shit.
I'm just going to collect them up in a pocket.
Yep. You have a significant amount of very interesting smelling incense rolled up in small bits of paper.
there's no smell of catnip anywhere, right?
Make a perception check for me.
Because if ever we do, everything goes a little.
It'll give me a second to figure out why the hell there would be catnip around here.
Did you say perception?
Yes, please.
It just grows, man.
Ah, 24.
Got it. Okay, you look around and you sniff, and damn it, there is. You can smell, and you start to get itchy, like an addict, and you start, I need some of this, and you start looking around, and you look around, and you look up, and just on top of the 25-foot corner at the back of the museum, there's 3 butterflies with a tiny piece of string, and on the end of that piece of string, there's a tiny little piece of catnip, and they're going, dangling it over the edge.
I throw a dart at one of the butterflies.
Make an attack.
Oh god! Oh.
Yeah, scratch off a dart.
I only had the one.
Can that please hit a guard?
And it's gone.
You know that, like, it goes up to 25 feet, and then it goes across, and it goes up to the center roof, which is 40 feet. It skipped off the first one and ended up on the roof, just like every kid's ball.
He's got a name.
Okay.
Butterflies fly away, and you swear that you hear them going as they bugger off down the street.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Anybody else? What else are you doing? Go
All
ahead.
right. I ask everybody to join me at my cart, and I'm going to do this scene. So I go over to my cart, and I remove the holding spike to hold the wheel on the cart.
Yep.
And then I start driving it until the wheel falls off.
Yep.
And then I make a big show of it. I go,
Yep.
Oh no, the wheel's fallen off of my cart. I'm going to be all day fixing this.
Give me a performance check.
Hi, Charlie.
Hello, Raldo. Will you help me fix my cart?
Okay. How do I do that?
As slowly as possible.
So you can see the pin sticking out of his belt. And yet nobody's paying attention. You are extolling, you are presenting your
Yeah.
the light of the sun, and nobody's watching.
Nobody cares. Just like I walk over to the wheel and I whisper to Rolda, and I whisper, "Watch very carefully, and whisper to me what everyone does around here. Watch all of the people, and tell me what they're doing, but tell me quietly.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So we're doing a stakeout now.
Okay. Yes, I know this.
Yeah, and this is a fairly busy neighborhood. There's quite a few people on the streets around here. Lots
So
of business going on.
It's just constant like tapping me on the shoulder.
There's a lady walking. Oh, there's a man. He has a box. Oh, there's a lady. She has a box too. Oh, there's a man with no shoes. Oh, there's a man with 2 pairs of shoes.
They should get together, those two.
Okay.
So as that's going on and you are receiving an endless stream of useless information that is not helping in the slightest while you are putting on what is, in your opinion, the performance of a lifetime.
Absolutely. And
The sun is working with you.
repairing this wheel as slow as possible.
Yeah, the cart is working with you. Life is grand. The scene is going beautifully. What are the other two doing up the street?
Obake's going to be walking around the museum quietly, slowly, with detect magic on.
Okay, yep, that makes sense. You start to do the detect magic, and you're kind of behind the museum and looking to make sure that nobody sees you doing it. As you do, you notice one mage coming around each corner. These are not the same ones you saw before. These are older, professional. They're wearing like suits almost, like they're professional paid mages, and they're walking around the museum casting illusion spells on all the windows, so that from the outside the windows seem to disappear. And you can tell, because you've got detect magic on, that every window is having an illusion cast on it, so it doesn't appear to be there.
Wonderful. Obake is just, like I said, circling the building, acting as frail and old as possible.
Absolutely. So the 4 outer quadrants of this building, just to confirm, are all 25 feet high. The center area is 40 feet high.
All right.
Slate, anything you're doing?
I think pretty much Slate's going to be distracted by a beam of sunlight.
Sure.
For some reason, it's just kind of like scanning around the ground.
Yep.
He's trying to catch us.
Yep.
Of course, to no avail.
There's a butterfly on the roof with a mirror going. Making
fucking butterflies.
Anyway, you are
My
distracted.
parents were eaten by moths.
All right.
Yes.
So I'm going to say to Rolda, while Rolda's rifling off this constant stream of useless information to be able to be like, this is a hard life, Rolda. How did you end up like this?
Like what?
Doing this kind of work.
Oh, what? I was an egg, and adventurers killed all of my tribe, and then they took me with them because I have wings, and then I went with them, and he was and he was hairy, and he taught me all about Hayatia, but then they died, and so I found more adventurers, and then they went to fight a dragon, and then they died, and so I found more adventurers, and can you just do that again?
Just grabs you. It's okay. It's okay, little one. We're going to find you a better life. We're going to move forward. We're going to get past this ugly business.
But I like it.
I'm just hoping that the butterfly is kind of, the beam of light has directed me towards Kalton and Rolda.
Yeah, get you over in that general direction. It's up on the roof, just making you chase around the building.
As soon as I see him, is good sir, Catman. Can you assist us poor merchants in repairing our cart?
Say hi, Slate.
The beam of light. Does the beam of light at all hit the cart?
It just flickers out. The butterfly's bored. A short attention span, tiny brain.
Yes. And I just kind of walk over, and I help as best I can.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So what brought you to this hard life?
I was raised by dragons. My parents were killed by moths. Yeah.
You guys have such a great
Was it
backstory.
big moth or a bunch of little ones?
Bunch of little ones.
Yeah, I
So
saw
you
that
got-
happen once. It's gross.
You guys
Things
notice
were
as the
peaceful
day
in
goes
my
on-
life for a moment. Right, 40 seconds after I was born. Then my mother was attacked by ninjas.
The hell's a ninja?
They're like martial artists with sharp knives.
Oh, so like
I
No,
didn't-
are they the ones with the knives on their arms that stick up?
Yeah, sure, just like that.
Or yeah, they are in this world. Speaking of this world, what you guys notice over the course of dragging this process of fixing the wagon out over the course of like most of the day, you have to go and get parts at some point.
Yeah, like it's a big production.
You notice a couple of things. First of all, you've all seen now, they've used illusion to blank out the windows, so the building just looks like one big brick from the outside. Now there's no windows from the outside looking in.
Okay.
The thing you noticed is that nobody has gone in and out. They claim to be setting up this display, but there's nobody going through the only door, which is the big front door.
Tunnels
Secret tunnels.
through the mountain.
Rhoda has sat down.
secret tunnel.
Rhoda has sat down and started breaking up.
Yeah,
into
Asking people if they've got papers.
no, just into her like incense sensor, like you know,
Okay, sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And when she gets
How
done,
Rastafarianism got started.
she notices not quite enough. It's like not quite enough to fill the thing, so she adds some. She breaks up some sticks of regular incense and adds them to it.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
just ready in case she has to bless something. Because
Oh, yeah.
incense.
in case a blessing is required.
It's going to be a hell of a blessing. I was
So-
that one. Hey,
Slate.
you're blessed.
Slate is going to look for the window with the little X on it.
You would have to go right up and sort of like start pushing your hand through the illusion because there were bay windows and they've been covered with illusion.
Ah, okay. I will have to do that.
Yeah. So you walk up near the building and start poking away at the windows. And one of the mages that was doing this, just finishing off the last one, he says, "I say, do you mind?"
Yes.
What the hell are you doing?
Seeing this unfold, Kalton immediately runs up. Says,
Long time.
yeah, I guess he's short. He's just excellent work. Nice work. My associate. I'm sorry. Who are you? Talking to the mage.
Mages Incorporated.
Mages Incorporated. Hi, I'm Ronald Stark. We're from a private security firm. We do checks on these kind of things. Mr. Feldspar, Lord Feldspar, hired us.
Yes. Yes. All right, then. Carry on.
So we're checking your work.
Very good. Very good.
You will be
Carry on.
graded, sir.
Was the other guy. Did that window.
Really?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Richard.
Richard.
We call him Dick. I probably shouldn't have said that.
Produces a parchment. Richard. Dick.
Yeah, that's what we all call him.
I'm gonna put an X next to Richard / Dick's name right now.
Okay.
And I don't have to tell you what that means.
No.
I know that you understand this procedure. My associate
Uh-huh.
is a professional.
And he's just backing away the whole time. Yeah. Mhm.
You will allow him to do his work.
Yeah, absolutely. All the way around.
And what was
It
your name?
was flicking.
My name?
Yes.
Tim.
Tim?
Yeah,
You get a check mark, Tim.
that's really cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna. You just do. You
All
do.
right, Tim.
I gotta.
You get back to work. All right.
And he
Tim.
leaves Richard on the other side of the building. finishing up the last
Just
couple of
like bolts up the street.
Yeah,
Tim,
I
do you
didn't
want a
mind
drink?
we're doing 10 each. We got paid to do 10 each. I did my 10. I'm out.
After he leaves, he's like, whoa, I nailed that scene. Oh, you were good too. I like the way you did the windows. What'd you find?
Looking for your ex.
So you have to push your face right through the window, like right through the illusion, and get almost up against the glass, and you can see there is a tiny little scratched X on the other side of the glass.
Then in preparation for tomorrow, Slate, because it's painted over, it's not going to just push through.
It's painted on the inside. The outside is covered with an illusion.
Yeah.
I'm aware, but it's just Slate makes a big oval shape
Oh,
with a claw. And
Okay.
just kind of so that tomorrow when they have to leave, he can just push it.
It is made up of like 2 foot by 2 foot sections of glass. Like each square is 2 feet by 2 feet. So you could, sort of around one.
so maybe we could.
I specifically said that earlier. Otherwise,
I can get through a 2 foot hole. That's all I'm saying. we can get through a 2 foot hole.
you got a cat, an elf, and 2 tiny people. You guys can get through a 2 foot hole.
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
I scratched around a 2 foot hole.
Slate, I love what you bring to the cast. I think you need to be on the team with our elf friend to save the girl.
Okay. And just a loud.
Yep. Okay. Sure. DM make Constitution save. Failed save. Felt slightly. Oh.
I'm thinking, I like what you've done with the escape route here, but there's only 2 people big enough to get out of it. And I know we're making like a comedy, but if you get stuck, we might lose the whole climax.
You haven't seen
Get out in the
me
wind.
go through a hole, have you?
Can you make it through this?
Yeah.
Okay,
What is
I
it
saw
about the elf?
I saw that jump before. I don't know if you come from like a carnival background or what it is. Your work is incredible. If you can get through this, absolutely. Inside team, gaseous form team. All right? I think this is great.
All right. So,
Get through
what,
two
if anything
people.
else, would you guys like to do on this Tuesday?
Are we doing a pre-heist or no?
Let's pre-heist. We've got some time. Let's pre-heist.
Wait till midnight, go for a pre-heist?
This might end right here. We'll see if this goes down.
Bum, 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 bum.
Like I said, I can get everyone in as long as you're comfortable trusting me to get into a portable hole.
I want to wait until late at night, and then I want to go over to this section of the wall.
Okay.
Well, first I'll wait. I'll hear the plan to get in.
I was going to say, I'll let you guys plan it out first, and then we'll go from there. So go right ahead.
What's the plan to get in?
So Obake slowly produces and stealthily shows the portable hole. You can all fit into here. I go into a gaseous form and slip inside the house. Poof! You all are in the house.
Interesting.
I did this before.
I'm sure you did, my friend.
So it's like a dramatic reveal.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. I'm on board. I like the dramatic reveal. I know just what I'm going to say when I pop out. Let's do it.
Are there any other places we would be better suited for this job? Is there a bank in town? Is there
I
an
think
equipment shop?
Sure. I think doing that kind of thing compromises, because I want our characters to be good guys in this. And I think Mr. Feldspar is an evil man. I think if we tag, it's a righteous justice what we're doing, because the audience is,
justice!
yes, the audience isn't going to identify with us if we're just running around robbing banks like common crooks.
All right, my friend. I will give you that.
I'm on board for the whole portable hole thing, but could someone take this? He hands Obake a little bell. Could you just throw that in after, and I'll just go right after it.
So you can't get him in otherwise.
We should do this before we begin the heist. There's about 10 minutes worth of air inside.
Okay, so let's go to where you're going to gaseous form in, and we will hop into this hole and get inside, and there's dramatic reveal time.
All right, so it's like 2 a.m, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you guys wait till it's the middle of the night, the darkest of the dark. Even the wine bar has closed down, and all its pretentious assholes have gone home.
But first, I had some soup.
Back there, that's not soup.
Never mind.
Oh God!
Oh, so that's where Obake went. Sorry, wrong
All
person.
right. So yeah, I think we should be in around the shit area just to
Just because nobody's going
because
over
no one's
there.
going to be going there.
There's like a wide berth. People walk on the other side of the street.
And I mean that's the staff accommodations, right? Instead of the
The traffic at the blown glass wine bar has noticeably gone down.
It's like,
It looks like somebody at some point today tried to throw a couple buckets of water on it, but they gave up. And
The water somehow made it worse.
yeah, it's running
like it got
across
wetter.
Well, it's trying to get to the river, right? So it's kind of running across the street.
so Slate sniffs and just kind of immediately just kind of sprays piss everywhere. It's
6 foot to backseat piss spray.
That was actually going to be your secret mission, was to mark something or someone during the show, but I thought the other one was better.
Look,
I've done both.
I'm glad that we already know that Ubake's secret mission isn't to suffocate us in a portable.
And we're done at 6:30. Thank you very much.
Get to work, everybody. Suffocate entire party in portable hole. That's got to be worth a lot of points. That's all I can say.
All right. So Obake is going to produce the portable hole, put it on the ground, like everybody in.
I immediately hop in, but I make a big show of like, Ubake, I am putting my life in your hands.
And as you're making this big show, the bell comes out, throws the bell in just behind him.
And then you just see Slate diving in, like his eyes are wide and crazy.
Yep. You know that fox thing they do in the winter when they're jumping voles and they go "Ptoing!" Yeah, that's
We believe in you, and we
complete with the
place our
sound
lives
effects.
in your
He
hands.
even goes "Ptoing" when he jumps for some.
I know we have not known each other a long time. Hand on the shoulder. But we are brothers. And he hops inside.
All right. Nice and quick, portable hole gets folded up, put inside of a shoe, gaseous form, and looking for a window to a silent-ish place.
And you want to go into the actual house itself, right? No,
Absolutely.
absolutely no problem.
What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
This is all going to go so bad.
Just because, guess who doesn't have a map of the inside of the entire house? So
Why I make so many
gaseous form,
redundant
you
maps.
drift through the wall, across the field, into the house, through the walls. And you are, how long can you stay in gaseous form?
It is 1 hour of concentration.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, you can float around this entire house.
Yeah, just like a bad fart floating around looking for a nice, quiet place.
Absolutely. The main foyer and general area, he's having a bit of a party. It's like some snooty people over, so you probably don't want to go there. You find a back corner room that was, probably used to be like a spare bedroom or something, and you can certainly pop everybody out there.
Excellent.
All right, let's do that.
And I'm
Float
assuming you kind
inside.
of zipped around the house a little bit first while you were still in gaseous form.
Yeah, doing a little recon, seeing if there's any like paintings that look out of place or any sort of safe that looks out of place.
What you see more than anything else is incredibly valuable stuff. Everything is valuable. The furniture, the tables, the wall hangings, even the carpets are hand stitched. Everything is worth $1 bazillion.
So yeah, Puck.
Gold pieces. What are these dollars you speak of? Gold pieces.
Are you reinstantiating yourself and releasing us from the hole?
Yes.
Okay.
But again, heads up, this character is coming in when Redan dies with all the money in the world.
All right.
So yeah, even this room that you guys are in, it's older and dustier, but it's quality product, quality bed, nice furnishings. Everything about this place just screams money.
I take a look around and I say we must be very careful If he knows that something is amiss, he will be on to us. But still, I want him to know it was me. And I look for an ashtray, and I just take an ashtray.
Why do you want him to know it's you? What is in this? What kind of room is this?
This is a spare bedroom. So there's like a double bed with a canopy. The curtains are hanging, but it's all got a bit of dust on it. Like there's nobody been in this room for a while.
Yeah.
Are there any like hunting trophies?
There is a moose on the wall from shoulders and head.
That's going to be enormous for this kobold.
Bake opens the hole and says, if it fits in the hole and you want it, take it.
Yes.
I
Hunting trophy.
pocket an ashtray that I'm going to use later.
Absolutely. So you get an ashtray, you get the moose head. Give me a strength check, please. Take that moose head off the wall, your little own self.
I would like to assist in that.
I was going to say, you start seeing her starting to pile chairs on top of chairs on top of chairs and this wobbly thing trying to get to this moose head.
How did I have -1 strength?
I don't know why I helped. I also have -1 strength.
I have 0 strength.
You're holding the chairs. The chairs don't move, not an inch. Unfortunately, the kobold on the top, you lift it up, and just as it comes off the nail, it starts to go backwards.
Oh.
Won't let it go because this is your prize. And
Mage hand.
oh, shit. It's way more than 10 pounds. You managed to spin it, so as she's falling, she's now spinning and falling. And her
I
and the head go
am
right in the
going
hole.
to attempt to save it from hitting the ground.
Okay, give me a dex acrobatics, sure.
Can I do that as well?
Yeah, you
And
guys just,
as this is going on, Obake's trying to position the black hole to try to like get it in.
No,
Try to
wait,
catch it.
question. Can I cast Featherfall on it?
absolutely, yes.
I cast Featherfall on it.
It's a thing, sure. Yeah, it's attached. So yeah, you falling backwards, and then all of a sudden you just start to float ever so slightly, and your moose head is weightless in your hands, and you see as the edge of the black of the hole starts to drift past your vision, and you're back in the hole, and you kind of pull, and the moose head comes in with you as you slowly float down into the hole.
And then I'll
I didn't
gently
need to do
set
that
it,
acrobatics.
so it doesn't get damaged because it's a trophy of the hunt for Hayatia.
Yes.
I'll climb out of the hole.
Acrobatics.
Excellent.
Obake is going to cast Detect Magic to see if there's anything magical inside of the room.
Okay.
Oh,
First of all, we're going to count this. That's thousands and thousands of bonus points for
That's
sure.
what I was going for.
Absolutely. Yeah. She is your mom, right? That makes perfect sense. I like how you did that. Actually, well done. Extra bonus points for figuring out a way around the impossible challenge I gave you.
I'm the only one left.
And what was Obake doing? Sorry.
Detect Magic to see if there's anything magical in the room that can be stolen.
Right. You detect on the night table, there's 3 small golden rings that all register magical.
Obake will go walk on over and slide them into his pocket, hopefully without anyone seeing it.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check or a sleight of hand.
Nat 1.
Ding, ding, ding. 3 rings
Nope,
hit the floor.
that one is actually an 18.
You drop. They roll off. You see them rolling off the edge of the table, and you do that thing where you don't even look. You just your hand snaps out with elven speed, and just snap all 3 of them into your pocket. Nobody saw a thing.
Lovely.
2 of them registered conjuration. 1 of them evocation. Not that it matters.
I fucking love
Maybe
this.
the spell told you that.
Does anyone have Identify?
I do not. I specifically didn't take it.
Yeah, same here. I'm like, what am I going to use that for?
Yeah, I honestly, I would just have to roll for them on a table anyway. I don't know what they are.
Yeah, it's all good. Doesn't matter.
All right. Well, I think this has been an
So you're
excellent.
in the back
heist.
bedroom.
I'm going to peek out the door.
Down the hall? Sure. Give me perception
Sure.
and a stealth. Give me 1 of each.
Okay. My stealth, solid.
Okay. Yep.
My
Still have
perception.
advantage on.
Do I have advantage on? Oh, I do have advantage on normal. And perception. That is not as good. Is that a 1? That is a 1. I get to re-roll that.
Yes, you do.
So technically, you do still.
First I went, haha, and then I remembered and went, oh shit. So an 8.
That's only slightly better.
Well, that was your perception. You still owe me a stealth.
Yes, I still owe you a proper stealth.
There you go.
Okay, well that's
so yeah, the door open and peek down the hall, and the lighting is perfect because it has to be, because it's your scene.
Yeah.
And you see down at the end of the hall the back of the person you recognize as Lord Feldspar, and just on the other side of him there's a group of 4 incredibly well-dressed people all chatting with him, and they don't seem happy.
Oh really? I want to listen in on this.
Sure. You will have to get a little bit closer. You did roll a 4 and an 8.
Obake reaches out as he's doing that and casts invisibility on him.
Nope. I got this.
No.
I cast clairvoyance.
Okay. So a little invisible sort of node that only you can see pops up near them.
Yeah. And I can hear through it. And I just listen.
While they're doing this, I'm just tearing up the bed with my claws.
Just tear up the bed. Piece of shit. Who let a fucking cat in here?
I'm also destroying wallpaper, everything like that.
You're the worst cat.
This is why you fix cats, so they stop doing this.
The worst cat.
All right.
Is it? No, it's well over 24 hours. So he's not still my animal friend.
All right, so I'm concentrating on this for the next 10 minutes to listen to this conversation.
Absolutely. So what you see is the person you recognize as Lord Feldspar is a dwarf, older. He's bald on top, but he's got long gray hair and a long gray square cut beard.
Excellent.
He is wearing the latest fashion, which looks really stupid on him because he's in his 80s.
Right.
And he's just like he's wearing 20-year-old clothing or clothes for 20-year-olds. He's got, you see in the back of his belt, there's a parchment inside a scroll tube that's tucked in there and wrapped in a blue ribbon. And facing him, you can see 4 people. The first one that gets your attention is an orc, full-blown orc. He's 7 foot plus. He fills the space that he's standing in. He's wearing a black suit and bow tie.
He's got this orc already.
He's got a monocle in one eye, and it's covering, if you look through the monocle, because you can see it, there's no eye there. Like the skin's been stitched closed. And his skin is pink and kind of looks bubbly and burnt.
Oof.
Next to him, there's an elf, older but not as old as the dirt that you got playing with you, but an older elf, long silver hair. He's very thin. He's wearing black and silver, and there's just something about him that just screams dangerous. This is a bad person. Then there's a frowsy blonde. She's got the big curly hair. She's wearing the floral print dress. She's busting out all over the place, drink in each hand, wobbling back and forth. And then the fourth person is an older human man. He's completely shaved headed, and he's sort of shrunk down into his robe, and you can just see beside him just the shoulder of his assistant who's kind of holding him up.
I see.
And they are all pissed.
What are they saying?
The first voice you hear is the elf. And in this low voice, you hear, Lord Feldspar, I care not as to the authenticity of your document. I would know this stone's provenance. It seems to have appeared from nowhere, and as you can imagine, a person in my position cannot be seen to be in possession of stolen property. And Lord Feldspar you can see him shaking a little bit, and he stands up as straight as he can. And he says, Of course, Father, with all due respect, I've told you the paperwork is forthcoming. And as soon as I've got it, I'll pass it on to you. And the elf looks down at him and he says, will that be before the auction? Well, probably not, sir, but very shortly thereafter. I assure you we'll have it for you right away. And before he can continue, the orc interrupts. And you hear him say, Now, Dominoque, you know I want the stone to be the centerpiece of my family's crown jewels. The tiara is already designed. I don't care if it's flawed. I just don't want to pay too much for it. You understand? And he leans in, and this sort of civil face sort of just fades a little bit, and the teeth come out. And you can see, even from this distance, from your clairvoyance, you can see as he goes and kind of blows a little bit of warm orc breath in his face before standing back up.
Oh.
And then the lady kicks in, and she says, now, sugar, it sounds to me like y'all might be needing to lower the minimum bid. Because if y'all call $50,000 on Saturday night, we're just going to laugh you off the stage now, aren't we? And then she looks around, and at first she just turns around and looks at the elf and says, so y'all going to buy a lady a drink? And she tries to take him by the shoulder and lead him away, and he doesn't go. And she's
Okay.
and she starts to turn around and leave and head for the bar.
Okay.
Meanwhile, this bed is just fucking trash.
There's feathers from the pillows all over the room. He's now chasing those.
Oh no! You just see kind of slowly sliding down.
Down the curtains.
Like in a cartoon where it's just like, and it curls behind his glasses.
Yep.
I just got. So this smile creeps across Kalton's face. He goes, I just got the most wicked idea. And he produces Slappy. And he whispers to Slappy to say, little do these fools know that once I auction off the stone to them, they will take the fall for my thievery.
Slappy.
Slappy is my magical talking doll that will repeat a phrase that I have said into it. And I said, who's invisible? Because I need somebody to put this somewhere in the house right now.
Opake can, he just reaches over and taps him. Bam, you are.
Excellent. I go out into the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
What do I see?
You're basically got about a 30-foot hallway, and then Lord Feldspar's got his back to you. They almost backed him into this hallway, and then they've got him sort of surrounded in a semicircle. She's left, but the two men that have spoken, the elf and the orc, are still there. And then the third man, the old man, is still standing there, but he hasn't said anything.
Okay. So they're still talking with him in the hallway.
And you're behind him.
Okay. I'm going to make a stealth move while I'm invisible behind him.
Yep.
To take out that scroll and replace it with Slappy.
Give me a sleight of hand with advantage.
This is going to be so bad. I can't wait. All right, give me the. Where's my advantage? There we go. Advantage engaged. Sleight of hand.
Oh,
Luck.
Yep.
I re-roll one of those. That's
There it
better.
is.
I know it's a one shot, but my body just tensed there.
Look, I am the dice master. I have 3 re-rolls. I have 2 banked rolls. And I re-roll all ones.
Yep.
I was completely prepared to
The
slap.
halfling with the
Watch
lucky
your way out
feet
and
and
roll.
portent. It's the Emsworth nightmare. you
Boop.
pizzicato violin strings all the way.
Yeah.
up the hall.
And he full on plays it up, like on his tippy toes the whole way, because
Even though
nobody
they
can see you.
Yeah.
Is he making the sounds too?
Yeah.
He's just like boom, 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 boom.
In his head for the first bit, and then as he walks back, he makes them a little bit.
Even doing the Indiana Jones thing where he's like looking at, is it the right size? He's kind of squishy into the right or slappy into the right shape, and
All right.
back away.
And then I head back to the room, and I peek out through the door, and I get Slappy to say his banked phrase.
Yep, and in a fair approximation of Lord Feldspar's voice, because why not? His ass apparently tells the world what he's thinking. And the 3 of them back away and look at him. The elf reaches for a dagger on his belt. The orc starts to squint up his face, and the old man just very slowly reaches his hand across the other two.
I close the door and I go, we need to go now.
Obake pops the hall, like, into the hall, fellows. Coincidentally, said that twice last night.
I don't even want to know what happens to him afterwards.
And you guys back out you're going out the way you came in?
Yeah.
Going gaseous form, but making a stop off at Lord Feldspard's room really quick, because I want to see if there's anything weapony in there.
You're going to go past him being murdered? Excuse me.
Float out into the hall, and you see him. He's now being backed into the corner of the living room. He's kind of pulling a chair in front of him. No, you don't understand. Sorry, he's supposed to be Irish. You don't understand. No, you don't understand. He's gone Scottish. He's so scared.
You don't understand, matey. My ass betrayed me.
Behind this big chair, and the three of them are just closing on him.
While I'm in the hole, I'm looking at the scroll.
It is a certificate of authenticity for the diamond. And it is, you don't, make an intelligence check.
Sure.
So with this scroll, can he just like steal it to the museum and be like, hey, I want my diamond, bitches?
Certificate of authenticity, not ownership.
Yeah.
Fucking shit.
Wow. Yeah, this scroll is it's a lie. It's really well done. It looks like a real scroll, but the quality of the stone, where it gives a rating of how many flaws are inside it, is clearly overrated. It's being
really.
Yeah.
All
it has a listed value of 50,000 gold pieces on the bottom of the document.
Oh,
whereas you were told by Van Opten that it's actually only worth 10.5.
Well then.
Oh, I've got a plan for this if Obake figures it out.
I'm going to tell everybody as soon as we get out of this, but go ahead, go to the next room and see if there's anything valuable that we could likely get in the estate sale.
Yeah, go to Lord Feldspar's room specifically.
Okay, so you've got 10 minutes, so you float through a couple of the rooms. It's a big house, but obviously he's the fancy boss. He's probably going to be the big bedroom at the back. So you whip into that, and what are you looking for?
Still in gaseous form, just, again, anything that looks disgustingly valuable, or in this specific case, something really personally valuable.
Okay.
Just want to ruin this guy's life.
Give me an insight first to see if you would understand him well enough to know what would be really important to him.
Yes!
And then a perception check to see if you can find it.
Meanwhile, we're all suffocating to death inside the hole.
You got 10 minutes. You're fine.
I just want to time out for a second. Just say this can go as long as it has to. Don't feel like you have to.
Okay.
Rush
Yeah, because we're
I got all night.
3 hours. So
It's 7 at night. Do whatever.
all right. Cool. So yes, you rifle through the room very quickly. You pull open the desk drawer, and his diary is sitting there.
Okay, so Obake spends the next 5 minutes just getting everything ready on the bed, pops the hole open without saying anything, just starts shoveling shit in, and before anyone can come out, pops the hole closed.
And you guys are in there just Jesus, I get it.
I'm having the best time.
And then I sit back up and gaseous form.
And then, out the door, back to the hideout.
Sure.
Okay.
It's a weird gaseous form spell, because there was a brief period of time where you weren't gaseous, where you could open the thing up and do stuff, but it doesn't matter.
Yep. Nope, I'm keeping track of those.
You got multiple casts.
It's just, it doesn't matter.
Sorcerer's so broken at this level.
So you step out through the wall, back out into shit alley, and just turn the bag upside down and shake out the people. I'm assuming you want the stuff to stay in.
Yeah, portable hole, you've got to specifically pull shit out. So
Right.
Okay.
the hole opens, people walk out.
Inside out, it throws everything out, I think.
Yeah.
I hop out.
Yeah, so you guys are assisted out one at a time. Poink, 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 poink.
I'm kind of scattered out onto the ground, and I do that cat thing of just.
Yeah, and as you guys are crawling out, you're climbing over. It's like, that's worth a lot. That's worth a lot too.
We got
Is this a diary? Oh, cool.
good haul, guys. So I found this certificate of authenticity that I totally stole off that dude, who I think might be dead now.
Yeah, what exactly happened, my dear friend? As I was floating by, it looked like he was about to have a very bad time.
Oh, yes. All of his friends were discussing with him how they didn't want to be involved in any shady activity. And I have this magical talking doll. So I put 2 and 2 together, and I stole this scroll from his back pocket, replaced it with my magical talking doll, and I put it into my talking doll to say, little do these fools know that I plan to auction off the stone and have them take the fall for my crimes. And I left that with him.
Ah, so he's the second person that has anything to do with Feldspar that's betrayed him.
Ah! Now I don't get to do. Well, we might still be able to do the shit wine party. I think it's going to be a great climax. I just really want to do this.
Lord Feldspar is supposed to be hosting this museum showing, and little do they know he's dead in his basement.
He just mysteriously disappears.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
'cause, Van Option told you that the people that were in here to buy this are the kind of people that aren't afraid of his kind of power. So
Yeah, right. And he's under the 40-yard line now in some stadium. Like he's
Wait, my friend, did you say that it was a forgery?
That's what this paper seems to say, that he's been trying to amp up the price. I guess he's in trouble with these people who may be killing him right now.
Lord Feldspar aside, perhaps we can use this official document to increase our rate when we return the items.
Absolutely. We just got to steal the thing at the party now. So we still get to do our fun climax, but we killed the villain ahead of time.
Interesting fact, the dead villain, we have his diary as well.
Oh, that's exciting. Perhaps we can leave it at the scene.
Was he evil?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably.
He was the antagonist.
okay, it's all good then. Yeah, yes. He was wearing a black hat. You can.
Yeah.
tell.
Okay.
All right. Good work, everybody. I think we did a great scene. Let's get some sleep because we're going to do our climax tomorrow.
All right. So
I'm going to look for someone to climax tonight.
Kalton,
Ah, you beat me to it.
Charlie, Ronald,
Yes.
what's a scene?
The section of the. Okay. Oh, I have to do this in character with you. Okay. Tomorrow we have a big day. We're going to get the stone back and complete our adventure.
Okay.
You are such a. I have so much respect for you.
What?
Okay, don't break character. I love it. Okay, let's.
Insight check.
you don't need to make an insight check to think that everything that comes out of him is full of shit.
Fuck.
He's coming from a very interesting and different perspective, which he believes to be true.
I can't believe that setup was too perfect. I'm like looking at the talking doll. I'm like,
Okay.
I have done well.
this is the best moment of
Can
my
I have
life.
my present for Hayatia?
Oh. Do you want to give him the moose head?
Perhaps you would like it later. What are you going to do with it now?
I'm going to give it to Hayatia.
Well, he opens the hole up, says, in you go, fellow. And while he's doing that, he reaches in and finds a diary for some late night reading.
Good. Try to wrestle it out.
Yep.
I cast feather. I cast featherfall on it
On
again.
it.
So
Yeah, it's just-
so we
it's
can
easy
get
to
it out.
carry, yeah. It's almost like a helium-filled balloon that's almost lost its lift. You can move it, but it doesn't. Yeah.
I just want to set the scene for the evening closing as this kobold is carrying this light moose head across. We're set across from the main building where you zoom into a window and you see Feldspar just getting stabbed repeatedly.
Rolled up in a fucking carpet.
Back to the temple.
Some nice Benny Hill music playing in the background.
It's like the end of The Godfather.
Also, I'm not a fella, but that's okay. I might be one later.
So you take the moose head to the Temple of Hayatia, where it is received.
Curiously, I imagine.
That's a very good word. Thank you so much, little one, for your present.
I rescued it.
You did. One of my favorite creatures. Thank you.
Yeah, it was on a wall in the house, and that was bad. So now we can give it back.
This is wonderful. Who introduced you to the world of Hayati? Never mind, dear. Never mind.
He was a furbolg.
It goes so deep.
Found me.
I understand now. They're all crazy. I get it.
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to Hayatia.
And yeah, you see, as you leave, you look back over your shoulder, and this priest of Hayatia is standing there trying to figure out some place in the wall where you can put the moose head where it isn't going to be really obvious.
Okay, it's okay. The guy who owned it is gonna vanish mysteriously.
It's not coming for it here. So,
What happened to Lord Felspar? Fuck, I don't know. Who's Lord Felspar? Never heard of him.
Lord Bloodstain now.
Yeah.
And
Oh fuck.
the rest of this evening passes without any difficulties. You guys get back to whatever dumpsters you're living in because there's still only one of you has paid your
I buy another night at that inn
yeah.
because it's part of my character. My character doesn't live here. This is
How much gold do you have? Because I took your down payment.
I have 45 gold.
This is only a bit. And
Yeah, so I've spent a bulk of it by that point.
Obake, you go on the prowl. And as you head out into the street, you come around the corner and there's a gigantic flousy blonde coming right at you.
Oh, Obake's going for it.
Just a hair out to here. She's got a bottle of wine in one hand and a full glass in the other. Way too much blue makeup over the eyes. Big red lips smeared all over the bottom half of her face. Dressed all askew.
Obake casts thaumaturgy to change the color of his eyes and just makes them the deepest, piercing, almost fluorescent green.
And she
And just stares at this woman.
She wobbles up to you and stops and turns and looks at you and says, "Y'all are pretty like a girl. You want to come up to Mama's room and have some fun?"
Indeed, my dear.
She's so hammered, she doesn't even realize how old you are. You realize from the next sentence she says, "Y'all ever had a cougar, honey?"
This is the best.
Lovely woman. I have not.
I want more of this interaction.
But before they go up, he drops thaumaturgy and casts enlarge on his special area.
So you may have advantage on your performance roll, sir.
Oh
It's a
god.
very creative use of enlarge. Let's just hope you're not so drunk you cast reduce.
I really miss playing characters like this.
Yeah, it's larger. 1.4 times as large as average. And yes, things go well. You receive a passing grade from Madam,
Okay.
which you get the impression doesn't always happen.
Awesome.
That's you for the rest of the night. And rest of you doing anything before Wednesday?
Same ritual for me.
You'll wake up early in the morning, but let me know when we get to that.
Absolutely, yeah. So you guys crash for the rest of that night and wake up the next morning. It's Wednesday morning. You want to do something first, bright and early?
First thing I'm going to go do bright and early is check on Feldsvar's house to see what's going on.
Okay.
I'm going to roll my my new divination.
Sure.
I feel like Obake.
you had something you wanted to do?
I'm going to go to the Perfectly Stoned store and see what is there.
Absolutely.
Obake would have been sneaking out early to join in the Feldspar joy.
Sure. Go see what's going on there. Yep. And Slate?
Slade, curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back, so he goes with them to Feldspar's. He's also smoking his pipe of smoke monster. He's
Okay.
large smoke dragons.
Down the street behind you that are slowly getting taken away by the morning breeze off the river.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I have no use for this aside from
Roll
that.
that. Roll that. You walk into Perfectly Stoned, and like you said, there's the section where there's all the gravestones, and there's a section that does statuary, and it's all humans and meta-humans. Most of them seem to be weirdly life-sized, like almost perfectly life-sized, which is strange for statues. And a guy in an apron and a pair of leather breeches comes over. He's kind of covered in marble powder, and he says, "You looking for something?"
I like statues. Do you have any in the museum?
We've done a number of the pieces that are going to be displayed this weekend, yes.
Cool. Like, what kind?
Mostly gods and devils. That's the name of the show.
Are there any statues of Hayatia?
What now?
She's real big and pretty, and she likes animals and nature.
No, I don't think so. We did a Pelor. We did a big spider. Did a jackal-headed dude. You heard about our special offer?
What's that?
He bends down so he gets closer to you, and he says, we have a wizard that works for us. He does stoned flesh, if you get my drift.
Shit, let's see if there's a dwarf in there now.
He can do 1 cubic foot of material on any one statue.
To make it flesh?
Yeah.
Why?
Some people like that sort of thing.
Oh, wow.
So you can talk to it?
Gross.
It's not really that sort of, that's not usually the area we do. It's usually sort of, and he points at the chest and the genital region.
The cloaca?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we could make that fleshy. I'm usually pretty comfortable having this conversation. Something about this is getting off the rails, so,
Hey, what's all over you? Why are you dusty?
this is marble dust. I'm a sculptor.
That's cool. Can I have some?
Sure. And he starts kind of brushing off his arms towards you.
I have a
you mean
bag.
off the floor. Oh, sure. Yeah, the kid's got a broom in the back, and you'd have to go over to you go over to the one that you're in now. The one in the corner over here is the actual sales office. Yeah,
Okay.
they lead you back, and yeah, you get a bag of marble dust.
Perfect.
Yay! She picked. I don't know. Wait, she grabs a handful and said, "Thank you."
I love this.
He doesn't care. It's got marble dust all over everything anyway, and yeah, you bolt out. So
All right.
yeah, you find your way over to the rest of them while you're shoving marble dust in a little bag because everybody's got bags everywhere all the time. Who cares?
Yeah, why not?
The three of you are over in front of Lord Feldspar's house. You notice a larger than normal number of guards. There's about 8 or 10 guards. They're all inside the gate. There's nobody out on the street. And they're sort of milling around the front door. They don't seem to be like guarding. They look worried.
Do these guards appear to be wearing different livery than previously?
No, they're still wearing Lord Feldspar's livery, but they're looking confused. And actually, as you watch, one of them just says, "Oh, bugger this," and he pulls off the tabard, throws it on the ground, and walks towards the gate towards you guys.
Oh, shit. Oh, man, what happened?
I quit. That's just I'm leaving town. And he unlocks the gate, closes it behind him, and then chucks his keys flip over the fence and back into the yard. I'm out of here. I had enough of this. I'm going back to the farm. My dad was right.
Okay. God, I want to pick up on his story later. Okay, so
Obake casts invisibility on himself and goes and takes the keys.
you got to go through the fence, dude.
Yeah, you'd have to climb the fence to get there.
As a winged elf, could he?
Yeah, never mind then. Yeah, invisible, flap, flap, flap. He's not a chicken elf. He can actually fly.
Yep.
Yeah, over the fence, and there's a little bit of dust as you land, but they're fully distracted, and you
They have other problems.
and you pick up the keys, and as soon as you pick them up, they're invisible to everybody else, but you can see they're labeled for the rooms of the house.
All right, that could be fun later.
Where else we're going to come destroy this newly murdered guy's house?
Slate, you said you were sort of interested you were the last one to show up, and you actually see, as you show up, these guys are watching this, and you see a new sign on the front of the museum. And you wobble over and wander over and have a look because it might have butterflies on it. You don't know. But what it says is auction moved forward Thursday noon. And the poster is so new, it looks like the ink is still wet.
Oh,
and
shit.
At the bottom it says new minimum bid.
Huh.
I'm gonna walk over and say, I think we have to move our plans to tomorrow.
Well, I thought we were moving the plans today. Today's Wednesday. We're supposed to do the museum thing today.
Museum's closed.
The opening is tonight still.
Oh, never
but
mind.
The auction was going to be on Saturday. The show was going to be for 4 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's now going to be Wednesday and Thursday, and then Thursday is the auction.
And Lord
I had it
Feldspar
back.
will no longer be attending.
So they're moving the auction up, so we've got tonight to do it, and that's it.
All right. I feel good about this plan. Let's go start our shift at the kitchen before the opening kicks off.
That
Yes.
works.
And then Slate puts on a full kind of hairnet.
Body stocking hair.
Obake, you're on team Get the Girl. Play to your
Oh.
strengths.
All right. And how are we communicating when to get the go?
That is a good question. I cannot concentrate to keep my clairvoyance up the entire time. That's only 10 minutes.
Can we have someone make a lot of noise that I would hear standing beside the shed?
Okay, I will make a sound, kind of like a oh, when we have acquired the stone outside, and then you will know that we are okay, and you can respond by coming out in your form.
Okay. And Obake reaches his hand out and says, the key, please.
The key to what? Oh, right, that. Here we go.
So you now have the green key.
All right. This sounds like a horrible plan. Let's do this.
Look, at the very least, Lord Feldspar won't come after us. Now,
So you guys wanted to, or what are we doing next? We going to the opening night, or are we going to?
we're gonna go
I
to the
have to go
kitchen to help.
Right.
And I'm gonna introduce myself as the cook. As you said, come back Wednesday. Here I am. This is my bus Cobalt and my saucier, and we are here to help cook.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. Here, and she starts shoving trays at all of you. Take these to the Civic Hall.
Okay, and we start taking the trays to the Civic Hall. As we're taking them over, I pass one of the kegs to Slate, and I open up mine, and everything we bring to this Civic Hall is getting a dose of this wine.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, you guys make multiple trips.
Every back and forth until the kegs are empty.
There's enough food for several hundred people, and because it's a one shot, every single plate has been dosed.
Oh,
So
Fuck me. This is going to be so bad. This is like stand by me level bad.
it's gonna be like, and now we wait.
Oh dear. Okay. So yes, you get the food over there. She says at the end of that, she says, "Come back at when the show starts, and we'll get you to carry it in for us."
Oh, absolutely.
Meanwhile, under your breath, you're saying, which show?
We can't wait for the show. Did everyone bring masks? The smell will be unimaginable.
Oh,
right.
maybe Slate should have gone with the team. Get the girl.
you had your chance. You had your chance, kitty man.
My smell is much better than yours.
Oh, fuck. I can't fucking wait for this shit.
Literally.
I'm going to need to make a constitution save or else I'm going to vomit everywhere.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. You guys spend the rest of the afternoon preparing things. Later on that night, I'm assuming you go back to the problem solved.
Well, as we stick around as long as we are needed for the role. During this time, I'm going to ask Obake to kind of stake out the shed and find a good time to effect his ingress.
Yeah, what you notice watching for the afternoon Obake is that the breaks that they take are absolutely on a pattern. Every hour on the hour, two of them come out. There's the dreadlock dude, there's the hipster, and then there's apparently the dreadlock dude's twin because he comes out every hour. This looks like the same guy, and then there's a young lady as well. She's straight black hair, no makeup, very severe clothes, and she doesn't smoke or anything. She just stands outside, very pointedly breathing the air and fondling the flowers and shit. So she might be a bit of a hippie.
All right. But she doesn't match the description of the elven wife?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
These are all clearly staff.
All right. So Obake turns to Kalton and says, my friend,
Yes.
if we can lure that woman away, I can suggest that she leaves the premises. I can assume her role, sneak inside, and if we only had a way to communicate. Can you make a really loud sound?
No, I'm mostly theatrics.
I get
How
Professional.
loud?
real loud.
Please don't
Want me
do
to
it
do it now?
now. No. Can you describe it?
Whatever you want.
Obake takes out the little bell and says, can you make a large sound like this? Really large. Something that I could hear from inside this wall.
I think so.
Fuck.
Yeah, it might be a voice going ding, 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 ding.
We're just gonna have to go with it.
All right, so here's my plan. Before you go in to take the diamond, before the whole theatrics begin, if someone could poke their head outside and give me a wave, then I can assume her role, go inside.
And that's why I make loud sounds?
Why don't you station at our window over here? We'll reach a hand out and wave at you when we're about to go grab it, and then you go to the shed, and that way our timing will be synced.
That sounds like a lovely idea.
And then I get real loud?
After we got the stone, then get real loud.
You get really loud when he tells you to.
Okay.
Yes, I think we have a good plan. You got them claws ready, Slate?
Let us engage the plan.
Let us engage the plan.
I have no idea what the plan was.
The rest of the evening passes. You guys were told to show up at this deal. First of all, you have to go back to Problem Solve to get your invitation card. Otherwise,
Yes.
you're not getting in.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And when you get there, you're handed a invitation card that says Adventurers Guild Party of 4.
Okay.
And Collier says, well, if we put the problem solved on it, they won't let you in, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Subterfuge. Thanks, Chief. We won't let you down.
Oh, and do you explain to him what you've discovered so far?
No. Just like, thanks, Chief. We won't let you down. Tell our client,
Yeah.
Mr. Feldspar, won't be a problem anymore.
And you see his hand shake slightly as you say that
I
name.
discovered that the man at the statue store, he can turn rocks into people so you can shake hands with them.
That's gross. Okay, let's go.
You met Roger? Oh, never mind.
He knows the thing. He's been there. He just goes there all the time. He's got a frequent flyer card. Okay, let's go.
frequent fondler card.
Yeah, frequent fondler card.
You can bang the statues of God.
So, yeah, no armor, no weapons bigger than a dagger, formal wear.
Nothing. I've got I've tucked my robe of many things underneath my formal wear.
Sure, so it's kind of sticking out here and there.
Yeah, stick it over here and there.
I don't have formal wear, but
They can provide you some.
I do my best to
I'm a
dress you up
clerical
as a busboy.
Oh, we're still doing the busboy thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you guys do. I mean, you can walk right in the front door right now. You've got an invitation, right?
I've got clerical vestments, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can wear those. They also, at Problem Solved, they offer you a small frilly blue dress with lace around it, about knee length and shoulder length, with a cutaway back, so your wings can show.
Excellent.
If you want.
I think that would look
That
great.
was for
Shot on?
Rolda. Yeah.
Yep.
It's this little blue dress
Okay.
for little orange
I
kobold.
mean, if you haven't been able to tell by now, the giant humps under her cloak.
Yeah, those are the. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think she's real
Wings.
sneaky about it, but
I say to Rolda, I say, let's put your hammer outside our escape window, so that when you need your hammer, you just reach out and grab it.
my rock stick.
Your rock stick.
Okay.
Just so dedicated.
Left outside the window.
Okay.
Is there anything provided for Slate, or is he just?
It's a
doing-
pretty dress.
Well, it's
been around.
we'll
There
dress
is-
Slade up to be the finest looking cat man. Has anyone seen
There's
Log
somewhere
Horizon?
for all of you? So yeah.
Nobody's
they
seen
have it here.
whatever. Nobody's seen Log Horizon.
I've seen Log Horizon.
Okay, you know who I'm talking about. That's who you are now.
Yeah, yours are specifically
Matt?
designed to have a little more flexibility to it, right?
Yeah.
Because you're a cat and a monk and such. So
Flexibility.
so you guys get dressed up. Is anybody gonna try and sneak anything in that isn't allowed?
No, I think we're good. I think we've got to be. I'm a bag of inventory.
I'm gonna put my ring of water walking on, but aside from that, I just leave my quarterstaff at the door.
Your hands are weapons.
Yeah. So
Obake casts mage armor on himself.
okay, so you're kind of glittering a little bit. As you walk up, as you approach, it's sunset now, and you see two pillars of light shooting into the sky. They've lit braziers inside very reflective bowls, and they're moving them around to create a sort of spotlight effect.
That's beautiful.
There's a row of two sets of like Praetorian guards making a hallway to the front door of the museum. And then at that front door, you see a very prim and proper elvish woman and a couple of Lord Feldspar's guards. As each person approaches, she says something to them, checks a list, and then is allowing them in.
Okay. Are we gonna grab our food trays that we're supposed to bring in to this portion of it and do that
Yeah.
part? I think we should do that.
We're now in formal wear.
Well, look, somebody's got to bring these dudes their shit.
Sorry, no. In character, I'm doing whatever you say.
Okay,
For
let's
for
go.
the purpose
I
of
do have
this-
my cloak back on though, because I've got shit with me. Like, you know.
Yeah,
my-
for the purposes of this, you look over and a bunch of like younger sort of serving people are starting to head into the civic hall and lift up the trays and bring them towards the museum.
Okay, we're good. Go on. Let's go inside. I say to everybody, remember, don't eat anything.
So-
Don't eat anything. Don't drink anything. Don't touch the drapes. Like just like,
Slate
Remember, I
sprinkles
didn't eat anything today. I'm hungry.
Slate sprinkles just an ever so slightly bit of catnip into his pipe and goes, "Yeah, no, nothing."
I will get you a sandwich when we leave. Roll that.
You guys get to you walk up the thing and you're we'll just keep this brief. You are insulted as to your appearance before you are allowed in, but you are allowed in one at a time,
That's fine.
and we'll just get you back to here. So you guys can now see where you
My
are.
lady seems angry. I'm gonna cast calm emotion on her.
So you find yourselves in this room again. Kalton, you've been here before.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird because all these statues are human sized. They're all dressed in formal wear, but they're all made out of bronze and brass.
I see.
They appear to be having conversations with each other. The room is now lit by drifting drift globes up near the ceiling, and they're moving slightly. So it adds almost like a sense of movement to the shadows that are on these things. It just makes it a little extra creepy.
Yeah.
You
Little
see
bit
now-
of extra creepy vibe.
You see now beside the door, there are two guards, full plate mail, but they've been painted to look like they're bronze, like the people.
I see.
And then right over by this curtain, there are two identical elven women wearing purple robes with purple eyes. And you see them allowing one person at a time through the curtain going, welcome, welcome,
I see.
like
Already
automatons.
Are any of the statues marble?
These ones in here are not. No, these are all brass and bronze.
Interesting. All right. Well, I pick a good spot and wait for the fireworks.
Well, this is only the first room, right? This is only the anteroom. Notice
okay. This is the
main
antechamber.
portion. Yeah, the main portion of the museum is
All we
going
can
to
see
be
is
this
black
clear.
right now.
Okay. Well, let's go deeper into the party.
You should be on the left-hand side of the screen. You should be able to see.
All Mombot can see is black right now.
Okay. Let me
I
fix
see.
Mamba.
I think this is a door. There appears to be a doorway that I can't get through.
Yeah, I have to drag you through the doors because I used. Actually, let's just do this. It's going to be a pain. We can just.
The viewers are blind.
Blinded by the dark.
Should be able to see. This should be Mombot right here.
So excited.
60 feet, 50 feet. All players see light. Bam. Can you pan around on that page just a little bit? You should be on the left-hand side right in the middle. No? Okay.
This is all the darkness.
All right. Let's do this because we're not going to be here all night. So let's just turn off all that.
Turn off. Dark off.
Oh,
Boom.
this is so beautiful.
So
Where is the window that we carved the hole?
the window that you scratched is here.
Okay.
Okay.
That's not ideal, but it'll work.
And then this room that you're in, as I said, I described the character or the sort of the statuary that's in it. This room smells ever so slightly of like sawdust.
Oh.
And you get the impression that's intentional. Like it's part of the display.
Well, that's not going to last very long.
That's good. That's good. They put sawdust on the floor. They're
That's
gonna
just
need
through
it.
this screen as the elven ladies let you through. You find yourself in a huge central chamber. There are statuary to the left and the right. All the yellow ones are gods. The one right in the center here is Pelor, very recognizable. Around him, the other 5 of the other major positive sort of lawful deities that are out there. Facing them on the other side are 6 evil-looking demon creatures. There's a spider, a raven, a jackal-headed beast, something with 2 blades. They're all just nasty looking. All the gods are done in white marble with silver veining. All the demons are done in black with a little bit of gold veining in them. They tend to come down to narrow stands, so they sort of dominate above you. The ceiling here is, yeah.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
As I said, the ceiling here is 40 feet tall. And
Okay.
there are drift globes up near the ceiling lighting this as well, but there's more of them on the god's side than on the other side.
Fair enough.
That side's brighter.
I am going to start looking around for a quiet corner or curtain or somewhere I can slip behind.
Sure. I'll just quickly, there's a heavy guard in each corner of the main room as you come in, and then a light guards guarding each of the 3 exits from this room.
Okay.
I'll just quickly go through them. I assume you peruse the whole building?
Yeah, I'm just looking for a spot where I can be unseen for about 10 minutes.
I'm going up to this gym in the center. I got eyes on the prize.
If there's a place where people relieve themselves in this world.
Not inside. This building is really weird. It's strictly display space. There's no offices. There's no nothing. You saw the offices and everything else were in the annex.
Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for an exit and I'm going to go out and I'll be like, I'll be back. And I'm going to exit out of somewhere. I'm going to circle around the building.
Yep.
To the corner over here where I know all of the gods are on that side.
Okay.
I'm going to take 10 minutes to apply my oil of slipperiness.
Okay.
And then cover myself with marble powder.
Okay.
And then blink to the other side of the wall and just stay perfectly still.
Okay. So in
about a 20-minute process overall.
Okay. Sure. So put yourself within like 30 feet of a wall somewhere where you want to pop back in.
Okay. I can't move myself for some reason.
As this tiny kobold beast.
For some reason, it's not letting me move.
Okay, I'll just put you there.
Yeah, all right. That's about good. I had taken off the dress in this process.
Okay.
So
yeah,
just naked, winged, kobold covered in marble
Covered
dust.
in white powder. Yeah, okay. Standing on the god's
she had
side,
a plan the whole time.
2 feet 6 inches tall. Everything else is
I've
35.
done this before.
Yeah, that's you. Kalton, you were approaching the center. What you see is, first of all, a red rope
Okay,
around the outside that people seem to be avoiding, like they're giving it some space.
right.
Inside that, there is a glass box. But you can tell from the light refracting through it, it's not glass. It appears to be made out of sheets of diamond. And then inside that, there is a bubble, clearly of magical origin, over a small, or not a small case, like 3 foot by 3 foot case, inside which is this amazing blue diamond on a metal stand, a 3-prong stand.
All right.
So there's the rope, the diamond box,
Okay.
and the magic shield between you and it.
That's a lot of layers of security. Well, I'm going to kind of make myself nonchalant, wander around, and wait for my planning to start to go off.
Okay, yep.
At which point I will then come up with something on the fly.
And the others,
Blade's just gonna sit in the corner and smoke.
okay, you coming into the main room or hanging out in the lobby?
I think there are more people in the main. Are there more people in the main room or in the lobby?
Yeah, there's only 4 real people out in the lobby, other than all the statues. In here, there's
Okay.
about 30.
Okay, yeah, I'll be in the main room. I want
All these statues are 100% coming to life, but it's fine because it's going to be super difficult terrain for them.
So,
I put on my ring of water walking, and so I can stand on top of the vomit.
Wading through rivers of shit.
yeah.
I'm unaffected by
I actually have to stand on it.
Obake, you're staying by the scratch window, are you?
Obake is not inside. He's outside against the wall waiting for that woman to come out of the shed.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, we'll.
Yeah, whenever he sees the woman come out, he's going to suggest that she goes for an 8-hour walk.
Gotcha. Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, let's just.
Slade is just kind of leaning on one of the
Work
demons.
better if this doesn't
Okay.
work. And it didn't. She rolled a 5, so perfect. Yeah, she appears and you give her the suggestion. Is she okay? And goes wandering off.
All right.
Back inside, you guys see the food start to come in. The trays and trays of food, and people are starting to snack.
Shit, why?
I'll just wait. As I wait, I'm going to do some Arcana checks on this.
Absolutely.
setup.
Yep. Yep. Anybody
Uh,
else that wants to go in there and have a look too?
Oh.
Give me Arcana, or anybody that wants to look at the physical stuff, give me an investigation.
All right.
Still
There's
not moving.
there's no Arcana on my list, so I'm just going to do you an intelligence check.
And we'll just add 3 for
Investigation.
your, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, God.
I'll try Arcana.
1 plus 3 plus 5.
What?
Okay. I mean, you guys have got some time, especially once the groaning begins.
Yeah.
When people are starting to leave and the ones that don't look like they're going to get to the door are starting to look for places. And so you guys have got the time to do.
I wait for a moment of peak chaos, and while I'm waiting for that moment of peak chaos, I am looking this whole thing over as much as I possibly can.
I've also looked it over with.
Slate, what do you detect with your magic, and well, what do I detect with my perception?
Okay, let's do Slate first. You concentrate on the bubble because obviously that's the magic. Right? This appears to be some version of Leomund's tiny hut, but it's being cast by somebody that isn't inside it. They're somewhere else. It's being cast from a distance.
Well, somebody's about to lose concentration,
So
maybe.
there's a broken version of a weird version of Leomund's tiny hut. At the same time,
Would somebody be able to blink into a Leomund's tiny hut?
no, magic can't pass through.
No, not usually.
Yeah.
Question.
I actually have the spell.
Kalton, what you realize is, first of all, the red rope is electrified. If you touch it, you're going to get zorked.
Well, I'm not going to get Zorb.
The material that makes up the square is, you're pretty sure it's dwarven diamond,
Oh.
which requires dwarven diamond to cut.
Oh.
The other thing you notice, yeah, you rolled an 18. The stand that's holding the diamond, it's 3 claws, and there's tension on them. So it looks like if you took the diamond out, the claws would close and then withdraw down into the base.
Interesting. We must take this very carefully. Okay, so with that knowledge, I'm waiting for this to reach peak insanity.
Absolutely.
And just for the sake of everybody, what does peak insanity of this look like? Like how bad does this get?
Well, let's just say everybody has eaten and everybody has drunk of the toxic materials. You used all of both flasks. So we are talking both ends. Some people both ends at the same time, which a nice doctor friend of mine refers to as the twirls. Because when you're in the bathroom, you're
face down and then turn around.
You turn around and try not to sniff while the whole process is going on at all, because it just gets worse.
At a certain point, you just realize this is the bathtub's for.
Yes.
Turn in the shower and later.
Yeah, absolutely. There are a number of people at that point. The best part about this is these are the best and brightest. These are the city's finest. These are 500 gold piece gowns. These are 300 gold piece tuxedos.
I love every part of this.
I'm so sorry, Kevin, but the name of your one shot has officially changed to Shit Show.
It is, yeah. This is what happens when there are no female players in the game. Time.
Something tells me Sarah would have been okay with this.
I think you would have spearheaded it.
Probably right. We should have had Lilith just to keep everybody.
Fuck.
But it's way too late for that. The place is getting ugly fast. The smell, you're blinking. Oh, it's bad.
Okay.
I'm still trying to hold perfectly still.
You're
signals.
Tears coming down your cheeks, washing the marble powder off. Nobody's buying it, but nobody's paying attention at this point anyway.
How are the guards responding to this?
The light guards, these ones here, are starting to try, and those people that can still almost move, they're being escorted to the door gently, like something's gone horribly wrong on a cruise ship, and the crew's still trying to, hey, everything's all right. No,
Everything's fine.
Like that doctor's on the way. Everything's good. Oh, I stepped in it.
In fact, exactly how things go on a cruise ship.
So essentially what happens is all the light guards for the purposes of this are now gone. 4 guards left in the corner that are choking and gagging and trying to maintain their professional status.
I cast my own tiny hut over top of their tiny hut.
Okay.
And I make it perfectly black on the outside.
Okay. Nobody can see it.
And then I say, something's happened to the gem. And I shout it really loud in the direction of the heavy guards.
Yep. And for the purposes of this, I'm not going to make that take a minute. It took an action. This is tiny hut. Who cares? Black tiny hut covering the diamond. And you scream, yeah, there's something wrong with the diamond. And the guards start to move forward.
Okay.
They're just pushing people out of the way as they approach.
All right. I'm going to watch what they do with this.
As soon as
I'm going to use my ring of water walking.
I'm going to super sneaky like with the sneaky music.
Yep. I'm like jumping up and down and pointing. I'm like, somebody's trying to steal it. It looks like they're trying to teleport it out.
Run a few paces and then stop again.
Yep.
And run a few paces, stop again.
Yeah, you basically follow the guard in because he's the only one paying any attention, right? Everybody else is trying to get out because the ones that aren't dying are dying from the situation that they're finding themselves in. And slip sliding towards the door and trying desperately not to fall down.
It's just like horrible. This is a fucking horror show.
It's so much worse than I envisioned it. I'm so proud of my first one shot.
I really hope Lord Spar is still alive so that he has to deal with all of this.
Deal with this shit.
And
All right,
the-
so
the four
do
guards
they?
move to the edges of this thing, and they don't seem to know what to do. They're just looking around. They've gone into protective mode around it.
And I say, so what do we do to one of the guards?
We wait, sir. We wait.
For who? Who's in
For-
charge of this?
Lord Feldspar will be, I'm sure, someone should be telling him now. I think one of the light guards told him on the way out.
Once I've gotten up to the edge, I'm going to cast Blink again, just to disappear.
Yep.
And then whenever my next turn is, I'm going to reappear inside of the dwarven glass barrier.
Sure, you can see it. Why not? Yeah, let's go. I don't want this to go to midnight tonight. Sure.
So at whatever interval this takes. Oh, not I wasn't planning on going all the way into the tiny hut.
No, I just realized you couldn't anyway because the hut's in the way. So yeah.
No. And I think it'll go 10 feet. But no, I'm just going to pop in right there. I'm just going to turn around at the guards and wave.
And then I point out, someone has invaded. There's the spellcaster in there. Break it in and get her.
And the guards spin around, and one of them leans forward and goes to step over the rope, and he steps back. Oh shit! He's burned his hand on it. You saw a burst of lightning pass through the rope, and he hears, I don't know what to do.
You're all useless. You're all getting X's.
I'm going to turn around and try to poke the tiny hut, see if I can get through it anyway.
Yeah, you are. You can't get into either one of them.
Okay, I open up 3 patches on my thing.
Okay, just rip 3 patches.
I just rip 3 patches.
Okay, roll us some dice. Let's see what happens.
Okay, let's roll some D100s and see what comes out of these. All right, 99. A portable ram falls
Wow, that's useful. Perfect.
8 feet long, 4 handles on the top, designed for a SWAT team to go through a door with.
That does not look suspicious at all.
throw it
The
at one
front
of
of
the
it's literally a
guards.
ram's head.
Throw it at one of the guards and say, use one of these.
And then and the oil goes and mixes with the shit on the floor, and this cone of
Or no, that was an
mayhem
accident.
going off to the south. And everybody that gets it is and it's heading rapidly south.
No, the oil slippiness is already out. That was an accident. I was just trying to in my inventory.
All right, the next thing that falls out is 10 gems worth 100 gold each.
Okay. So they're trying to get to the door, but these are greedy rich people, and they start bending down and digging through the shit, trying to get it to bend. You ever seen the
And
show
then-
Magic Christian?
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene with all the 100-pound notes and a bucket of shit, and they're wading through it, digging them out.
Oh, fuck.
They're not greedy. Yes.
This is the best.
So you now have the creme de la creme of this city crawling around on their hands and knees in shit and oil of slipperiness and picking gems out of the crud and emptying it both at
I produce a spell scroll with a 1st to 3rd level spell. What is it?
If only it could be dispel fucking magic.
Please let it be dispel magic.
Roldo. Roldo. What the hell? Rolda.
Roll that.
Give me a D100 as you pray to your god from inside the bubble. I brought you a moose.
Break the boat. I gave you a moose. I hope you liked it. How do I roll D100?
Just over on the left-hand side. Just
If you double click on it, it'll give you a menu, and then you'll have an option under advanced roll. If you scroll down to the bottom, there's D100.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, there it is, buddy.
That is a low number.
28. Yeah. What was it you asked? What did you want?
I was wondering if it was going to be a dispel scroll. It's a level 1st
Right.
to 3rd level spell that
First
is just
level
randomly
spell.
produced.
It goes off and removes your tiny hut.
My tiny. So there's still the other tiny.
There's still the other
hut.
clear
Okay,
one.
question.
Can I see inside now?
Yes.
Blink. Is it still within a minute? And I can use the same blink spell to blink on in.
Sure.
Why the fuck not? Eh.
No,
You guys are forgotten something important, so you can get away with all you want in here.
all right, next question. I produced the ashtray. Is the ashtray made of dwarven diamond?
Also, once I'm inside, I cast.
Lord Feldspar's ashtray. Why not?
Once I'm inside, I cast mirror image.
Okay.
Okay, so now there's 4 of you inside, all looking out in different directions, going.
I got inside, guys. What do I do now?
Right behind you, about a foot above you, is this huge blue diamond in the gold stand.
I'm just gonna walk over to the window very quickly, punch out the hole.
Yep.
Quick wave.
I leap over the velvet rope.
Yeah.
Or I crawl under it. I'm pretty short.
Yep. Just duck and go under.
Yep. And I start using the ashtray to cut a hole open for him to get out.
Yep. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand to hold the ashtray at the right angle.
Okay, now that we're at peak insanity.
Are we able to exit a tiny hut without special?
You should be able to move in and out of it.
I mean, I wasn't supposed to be able to get into it. But
You were supposed to be able to get into it, but I don't care anymore. Yeah, you and go all the way around, and then you kind of, what the hell? And you just punk in the middle, and the whole little circle just falls in.
Nice. And I'm like, okay, you got to escape.
Take it now.
Yes. And then I yell out to the other guards. The
Okay.
cat man is his accomplice. Don't let him escape.
I take it and then I blink back into the ethereal.
Okay.
And I think
The diamond just disappear. You and the diamond just disappear.
into the ethereal.
Okay.
Are the other 3 still there? Or do they come with me to the ethereal?
You grab the diamond, pull it, the claw goes and it drops down into the hole. You blink into the ethereal from there. Sure, why not? There's no bottom on the Liamon's tiny hut. Who cares?
Where do my mirror images go though?
For the
Imagine they
purposes
just
of
stay
this,
there.
the 3 of them stay inside the dome, dancing in small circles. Last thing you were doing was just going, nah, 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 nah. So they're just doing that in small circles around the empty diamond stand.
I love it.
Just before you blink, you notice the center portion of that stand is starting to slowly come back up.
Uh-oh. So,
The timer's going.
Yeah, Obake saw Slate giving a wave through the window, and he altered shape, ran to the door, used the key card, and said, "The gem's been stolen. Take me to the woman, quick. Need to check on her."
Okay, so I've just popped you to this other map.
I'm also just, because I've already waved, I'm going to slip my way through the 2-foot hole with my cat-like reflexes.
Right. And I should be able to do.
And then
I know that didn't work before. Boom.
just
There.
for future notice, whenever we get to that point, I am blinking back past the barriers is where I'm going to appear, and I'm going to make like hell for the window that is ready to pop out.
Absolutely. Obake, you should be able to see yourself in the bottom in a hallway.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where you are. You touch the green thing to the door. The door opens. There's a flight of stairs.
It's black for the audience, just so you know.
Oh, because they can't see.
All I see is darkness.
Okay, whatever. I'll just do this. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're at the point where nothing matters anymore.
Nothing matters anymore.
Everything.
Nobody cares.
We've ruined everything.
all logic has gone out the window.
Oh, you've got people here that aren't there. He's
We're
gone.
not there. It's fine.
Not there. You're gone.
We know that we're not there. It's fine.
You're not there. You're gone. Obake, down the hallway. You open the door, touch the green rock. The door opens. There's a flight of stairs going down. You go down the flight of stairs. There's a long hallway. At the end of the hallway, there's a door on the left-hand side. You run up to it. You look down, and there's a red stone built into the lock.
Oh, shit.
Oh, there's a secondary card.
Are there any sort of cracks? Like, I'm assuming the door shifts so that a gas could move under or over.
Absolutely, yeah. This is it's a wooden door. You're like 40 feet underground at this point. So there's, the door has shifted over time. So you bet if you want to do that, you can go through.
Yeah, gaseous form,
Okay.
blowing through and looking for this woman as quick as possible.
So you step into this room. It's a huge storage area. This is the vault. There's all kinds of broken statues and stuff down here. This big blue circle in the center is a teleportation circle. You do the math in your head. You're pretty much directly below the the museum right now, just off to one side. You look around, the only thing you see is right across from you, there's a door. Other than that, this room doesn't have much in it except a bunch of statues and whatnot.
Same thing, just floating over as quick as possible. It's probably been like 25-ish seconds by now.
Oh yeah, you float under the door and drift up and look, and there's two of the mages sitting in the chairs, on these couches, and they've each got a mage hand out, and somebody's made a drift globe of light, and they're using the mage hands to play volleyball back and forth. But every time it's the hippie dude, like the guy with the dreadlocks, and the hippie girl, and every time his mage hand hits it, he goes beep, and every time her mage hand hits it, he goes whoop. And they're laughing hysterically about
Eldritch Pong.
Oh fuck!
You see over in the very corner, there's you recognize it. It's a scrying, like a bird bath, but they can look in. And you float over in gaseous form and look down, and you can see the main room of the museum in it.
just pure shit.
Yeah, just shit everywhere.
It's like horror.
Just as you look, this little orange, there was 4 orange things inside the vault. One of them disappears. The guards are just flustered beyond all belief.
And then you see Kalton get on a high perch, look at this thing unfolding as one of the guards slips in the shit and falls to the ground. He goes, "The aristocrats!"
Prettiest joke ever told.
It was a setup for a joke the whole time.
Oh, I'm having a wonderful time.
So you've got about 30 seconds left, and there's no woman in this room.
Okay, so he's in the room, drop gaseous form, alter self away from these mages, turning into the woman, and saying, "Quick, where is she? The gem's been stolen."
The secret door.
Take me now.
And they're just like, you freaked them out, right? They're in their sanctum, their inner sanctum, their holiest of holies. They're wasted. They imagine like mushrooms kind of wasted.
What the fuck is even happening?
Oh, that's amazing.
They do what they're told, and they're just shaking out of the room. They take you to this corner of the room over here, pull a bookcase aside, and there's a poorly concealed secret door.
Just booking it down as fast as possible.
You run through the door, and right away it goes about 30 feet, and then there's a 30-foot gap. And on the far side of that, there's a ladder laying on the floor. 30 feet across, 50 feet deep.
We should have gone in here way ahead of time.
Gaseous form again. Just fuck it, go.
You got gaseous form, or you guys would be screwed. This gaseous form makes this really easy for you, though, because I didn't look at your spell list. Otherwise, I would have. You go down the hallway, across this gap. You look down at the ladder. I don't do that. You go further along the hallway, and there's a door. And through this door, you can see colored wooden balls about 4 inches in diameter, but none of them will come out. There's a force field holding them in place.
Oh,
and
man.
Form, you drift in. You start to float up. And about 20 feet up, you come out of the top of the ball pit. And there's another hallway heading away from you. You float down that hallway. And the next thing that you see is a ramp, about a 45-degree angle, about 40 feet long, made up of 1-inch rollers. Like when you buy beer and they roll it down the conveyor belt to you, it's that at 45-degree angle, 1-inch rollers. But you don't care because you're in gaseous form. You
Fucking let that spell.
This is bullshit.
Are we playing Takeshi's Castle? Is that what's going on here?
You go up to the top of that. There's a quick, sharp right-hand corner, and you come around that corner, and ahead of you, you see an open door to a cell. A woman in a purple dress laying on the ground with 2 clearly broken legs. And the little blue light is flashing, and the door is starting to close.
Gaseous form underneath. Drop gaseous form. Twin spell back to gaseous form.
Out the door with her.
And out.
The only thing she has time to say before you out gaseous form is, "Did Big Willie send you?"
Is that his name? We never
That
got
is not her
Never got
husband's
his
name. That is absolutely not her husband's name.
Oh shit.
Well, hopefully this was the right woman.
So you twin gaseous form and back out. You realize that this set of traps that you just went through, so she could get out quite easily. She just had to ride down the roller coaster, go through the ball pit, straight down to the bottom, push the ladder across, and walk out. It was designed to get out of, but not easy to get into. But you had gaseous form, so it didn't matter. You drift out and safely remove her from the situation. Meanwhile, back
Back at the ranch.
let's just put oops, I gotta put you back there as well. There we go. So you guys are in the middle. The diamond has disappeared, gone.
Yeah.
Your kobolds, there's three little fading kobolds. The magic's starting to fade as time goes on, so they're becoming more and more transparent, just going inside the bubble, inside the glass thing which has been cut, inside the red ribbon. The guards are just looking around in shock and awe. What would you guys like to do?
I do the aristocrats. And then I just calmly stride towards the outside door. And I go, you all failed. And I walk out.
And you walk out. Do you have prestidigitation by any chance?
I do not.
Okay, so you have to kind of walk out like that a little bit to avoid the worst bits.
Yeah.
But as you step out of this into the lobby, the two of the, or Slate just drops in beside one shoulder and it starts to look like the start of Reservoir Dogs. Just the two of you walking in slow motion out the door, guards running in past you to go and deal with the problem in the main room, people running past you going the other direction.
I stop one of the guards and I go, careful, it's a real shit show in there.
As you walk out the door of the museum, draw a deep breath of the cool, crisp evening air. You look over your shoulder and you see Obake come out of the shed with yet another young lady wrapped over his arm. Obake, she is extolling you with the virtues of the man she is convinced has paid you to rescue her. His name is Big Willie, and she won't shut up. 4 hours of foreplay, she tells you. 4 hours of foreplay. She had to have a nap before sex. And eventually you've had enough and you just shove something in her mouth. The four of you, like the heroes that you are, stride down the street. Somebody must have prestidigitation. You
I've got it.
clean the shit off each other's shoes. Get her. You'll have to carry her. She's got.
I don't have any shit on my feet.
Actually, that's a lie. I don't have prestidigitation. I've got thaumaturgy, but that shouldn't work.
I don't have it either. We just look with our shit covered shoes. We
I didn't wipe some of it off on the grass and things like that. But yeah, you make your way back to.
I imagine I approximately blinked out of the barrier, ran as fast as I could, then blinked.
Just blinked through the wall again. Yeah,
and it's gonna show up next to him, hold this big ass blue diamond, all covered in fucking marble powder, greasy winged cobalt dude or girl.
And I
a
guess
successful adventure, and nobody died.
Only question that's left: are you taking the diamond back?
I'm gonna take it back.
I'm continuing to walk towards taking it back because this is the adventure and it's done now.
This is our big score. We're gonna take it back and get our payday.
Yeah, but we're also going to try to extort them and get a little extra.
Well, look, I mean, eventually
I am going back to the place that I am concluding my mission unless someone tries to stop me.
I'm right behind you. I'm like, let's do it. Because we have the keys to this Feldspar mansion now.
And all
when I get there,
of mayhem will ensue, I am sure. But for tonight, guys, that was almost 4 hours. So thank you so much. It went to places I did not expect. It went some places I did expect, but was
and none of you died this time. On all my other adventures, somebody dies.
In fact, not one combat roll the whole night.
Oh God!
I tried to attack Butterfly.
Attacked Butterfly. Okay,
Yeah.
not one successful combat roll. The whole
No
night.
initiative.
No initiative.
No initiative.
Oh, guys, that was a blast. Thank you so much for my one shot. Thank you, everybody, for watching, especially for the technical difficulties at the beginning.
Thank you so much for putting us through that, and thank you so much for giving me shit wine.
Oh,
Because the moment you armed me with that, it was all over.
Now,
there's only
folks,
one rule to one shots. Always say yes, right?
Yes.
Always say yes.
so if you want to see Kevin do a more complicated campaign where he doesn't always say yes, you're going to want to hit that follow button because it's and there it is.
There's one
BJ's doing
Oh.
a cheer.
Boom! Thank you.
Oh, thank you, BJ.
That's a huge cheer. Thank you, BJ. Yeah, thank you for that as well. But yeah, you're going to want to hit that follow because one of the next shows, I think the next show we're going to be rolling out, probably the way things time out, is going to be Kevin's campaign.
Yep.
Man, I would freaking love that.
I guess in a meta sense, you could technically say it's in world, but it's on another planet. So,
You know.
Different time, different place, literally a different point in the multiverse. So,
Yeah.
Different
I
points
am
of light.
not stepping on Puck's world. That's his. It's beautiful, and I ain't putting my big shit-covered feet all over it. So,
All our feet are covered with shit now.
and the only thing I'll add to that is when I do run the campaign, it is not going to be as silly as this.
No.
Much
There-
more. Of a
there won't be so much-
survival- It's a dark and nasty survival-based campaign. So,
And I'm sure there won't be so much extreme rule bending.
oh, probably not. But it's a one-shot, so why not?
Oh,
But
this
yes.
is too much fun.
We had a lot of fun. Also, make sure you hit that follow so you can catch more of these one shots as they roll out because it's probably gonna be more of your favorite players are going to be hosting their own one shots. So the shenanigans are going to be varied and wild.
Further shenanigargles.
All
And
of the
definitely tune in for the next couple days. Our Mercs of Mischief
Yes.
and our
You gotta-
Too Many Warlocks episodes are going to be intense.
It's gonna
Worlds
be
are
an
colliding.
off the
So
chain.
if you guys aren't caught
Crossover
up yet,
episode.
if you guys that are watching aren't caught up yet, you've got less than 24 hours. Don't sleep, don't eat, just watch.
Yeah.
Binge
Off-
watch both series, get caught up because it's important.
There's
And
a
don't
chain, and this episode isn't on it.
If
That's
you,
This
If
is
you're- it's
Nothing
way
to
off.
do with
Way
that.
off.
Yeah.
Of it. If you're trying to catch up too, don't forget that we have podcast form. You can find those super easy by going to our website, mercsofmischief.com, or search for us in the Apple Podcast Store or in SoundCloud. And you will find our podcast, Mercs of Mischief, and you can catch up on all the episodes. Pro tip, if you're trying to binge, listen to it on 1.5 speed so you can get caught up.
Makes it a bit quicker.
It doesn't, you don't really miss anything at 1.5.
Yeah.
You're still okay.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, and when we get to 200 followers, there's going to be that giveaway. So you want to make sure that you're in on that. But yeah, absolutely. More than anything, make sure that you check in tomorrow and Monday because it's a 2-part crossover episode.
They're going to be crazy.
Other than that, I think we could save other announcements for tomorrow because everybody's going to see us then, right?
Absolutely.
guys. Thanks so much.
Thanks so
Thank
much
you.
for hosting that. That
Thank
was
you,
incredible.
Kevin. That was so much fun. It was so much fun to step to the opposite end of the character.
You guys made me sweat. I've been doing this a long time. It takes a lot to make me sweat. All 4 of you made me sweat tonight.
I absolutely need to know what happened to Lord Feldspar.
Gave us a consequence. We're so used to dealing in this world where everything has so much consequences.
Yep.
You gave us a consequence-free sandbox. You had to know we were going to go shit show with.
Oh yeah, that was the whole point. Yeah, I considered having him stumble in at the end with a black eye and a broken leg on crutches, but it was just way more funny to have you guys just walk out like you owned the place.
I did apologize ahead of time.
Oh,
No need to apologize. Like I said, I did that to a DM, so it is only fair that somebody did it to me.
any of your fan artists there who want to give us that scene of the 4 of them walking out?
Just a horror.
There's like
Oh,
people
fuck.
just shitting and vomiting behind them as they're just like this group of total just ridiculous people walking out. Tiny Cobalt with a giant diamond, Catman like chasing spots of light. Like
I know it's a lot to ask for, but that's got to be a gift, doesn't it? Doesn't that have to be a gift?
We'll
gift.
figure it out. We'll figure it out.
we might be able to do a gift.
Oh, once again, everybody that hung around to watch us, I know it's late in some places. Thank you.
Thanks so much, guys.
It's still early, dude. It's only like 10 here in the Midwest. Let's kick it over to Array. let's raid. Let's see which of our friends are playing tonight. We'll give it a raid. So everybody stay tuned for a moment just when we go to the end screen, and we'll be raiding somebody up. And when we land over there, type Mischief raid in all caps because we're still, working on getting more emotes.
Absolutely.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Right.
Class dismissed. Shit show over.